And we are live. So, hi to people who might or might not be watching. I'm here again with Goodfella and Sugartits. Say hi, Goodfella.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
everybody.
Yeah,
Oh,
hi.
sorry. Yeah. I
No,
jumped the gun.
I don't even know how to start these things off. But yeah, I was going to start off by saying my favorite Australian furry, but you'd probably kill me, so I did it. Have you been called a furry actually by anyone?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
figured that would
happens
happen. You
all
don't
the
sound
time.
too happy about it, but yeah.
Well, no, I just go along with it. I'll just like whatever.
Yeah.
I just
Do you know what's do you know
make
something
jokes
that's
about
fun?
it.
Yeah, do you know something that's funny? There was a girl I was playing games with for a while. We were kind of going to start dating, then she got back with her ex. But anyway, it was funny when I was talking to her. It's like, oh yeah, I go on Tumblr a lot, and it's like, oh, what? And it's like
Uh-oh.
she said the problem with it is you get a lot of social justice warriors. Like, okay, good, but she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I've got some friends who are littles. I've got some friends who are furries, and I'm like, all right, okay. Like, although I'm kind of interested to talk to like furries and see what they are actually like,
Yeah.
are they that deep into it, or is it just a bit of fun?
There's
I
like
don't really know.
levels to it. Like there's some who they just want to act like animals, and then there's others who take it to the kink level, like they
Yeah,
get sexually
yeah,
turned on
absolutely,
by
yeah.
animals, which is a whole weird, different area.
Those,
Really?
those Japanese chicks like their cat ears.
Cat ears and stuff, yeah,
And
yeah.
sometimes they've got the paws. So I'm guessing I'm guessing. But
Although that
Yeah.
seems to be more of a cute thing than anything else, rather than a
Aye.
kind of lifestyle. Whereas I think a lot of furries are like, I can't believe this is the topic of conversation, but yeah, a lot of furries, it's kind of like they actually want to live their life and they believe like they are like a wolf and stuff, which is odd.
Yeah. I saw
Yeah.
this it was like this OCD documentary or something, and then there was this woman who wanted to be a horse, and she would go to like what do you call it, a trotting arena, like on her weekends, like when she had spare time, and then she got her own customized saddle and harness like that she puts in her mouth and stuff.
Oh,
and then
God.
she's like showing the camera like all of the different like trots, like this is a trot, this is a canter.
they need like a strong like father figure. I remember my dad told me this story when he was a young boy, and he said, and that night my granddad, his dad, when it came to bedtime, he gave him a sleeping bag and said, right, you're sleeping around the back garden. And he was like, what? He said, well, you want to be a cowboy? You sleep like a fucking cowboy. And he was like,
that's the way to do it, yeah.
I don't want to be a cowboy anymore. So it's like, you want to be a wolf?
Yeah.
Go live in the woods.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. You have stuff,
Feed them hay and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go. On you go.
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, like that's like feed her hay. Like if you want to be a fucking horse, you can.
That's a dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Get a feed bag.
These furry types are always kind of the middle upper class. They've never had any hardships in their life, so they can do what they want. It's the same actually with all these kind of social justice warrior types who want to do the best they can for the world. They've always got like privilege on their side, It's like they talk about privilege so much because they really truly do have it. They've never had a hard day in their life. I'm not saying I have. I've had like good upbringing and all that kind of thing, but you never see anyone who's been dirt poor all their life and having to get a job when they were like 11 years old and stuff. You don't get any of them, talking about this stuff, which is kind of interesting. It's a very middle class thing.
Oh, I tell you what, Bering's working on this video at the moment. He made me watch the video he's responding to, and it's this guy who he's saying, I'm a victim of sexual assault as well as a perpetrator, and the stories he gives are just absolutely ridiculous. Like the first one was like it was at his formal or his the high school dance or something, and the girl like started grinding up on him, and because he was a nerd, he found himself getting aroused, and then later on she took him into the back and sucked him off or whatever, and then like years later he felt that she had sexually assaulted him. And then he said, because of her behavior, I realized that I myself had been doing this to women later in life. But then,
yeah, you have to think about
like, I'm
it,
so ashamed. I'm so ashamed. And you know, Pat's kind of like, if you're fucking that ashamed, if you really think you're a sexual assaulter, then hand yourself into the cops right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you know what? Another thing as well is you have to think about it at the time. Still, like, honestly, if I was like, I mean, I don't mean to say this is right or anything like that, but if I was 15 and my 25-year-old teacher sucked me off, if I really loved it and whatever like that, I wouldn't really see it as sexual assault. You have to really think about the merit of it. If I honestly didn't feel traumatized and nothing ever came of it, it's you know, you're really just saying it because people will believe it because of the age or whatever, you know. But ultimately, you know, there's not that much difference between being 15 and 16, and 16's age consent year and stuff. It's like, if you really did feel this is wrong and this is weird, I don't want this to happen, fair enough. But if you didn't feel that, just let it go. It's not going to affect you. It's fine, you know.
That's the fucked up thing that always comes next with these guys as well, is that they realize it's their toxic masculinity. It's like that's what was at fault. Like if you know, growing up, if he hadn't been conditioned to feel like he needed to get pussy because that's what blokes do, then he wouldn't have allowed her to sexually assault him, and, and vice versa. Like,
ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, me and my mates and stuff like that were like typical lads and stuff, and we're out. No one ever thinks like sexual assault's normal or anything like that. You know, you might have a laugh. I mean, we joked around, and I'll probably get like flagged and suspended for this, but there were like these like, you know how you get like women wear like stockings and stuff, stockings that show a bit of thigh. You got like these kind of tights that were like, they look like stockings and then you kind of see through them. And my mate called them rape me tights, and I thought it was funny as fuck. It was just like, those girls look like they want raped and stuff. I mean, you say stuff like that, but you're never going to actually, you know, like, I want to rape her. So, it's okay. And the problem is, even just saying that rape me tights thing now, that could get people like in the newspapers and all that kind of stuff. And like, this is, and people say this is toxic masculinity. This is why lad culture is terrible. No, me or none of my friends are ever going to do anything like that. You know, ever in a million years.
But you'll be told that you're contributing to rape culture, though.
Oh yeah.
By saying that, I don't know. Annette, I don't know if you've seen that video I done. You know that video that Baring made, and he took that quiz on your behalf.
Oh yeah.
whether he contributed to rape culture. Well, I made a video about that. Only I played the part of a rapist, and I came away from that not contributing to rape culture. So an actual rapist to rape culture, whereas a healthy heterosexual man does.
Yeah,
it's like that much. They just messed the whole thing up.
Yeah, it's like I don't try to talk to women because I'm too busy raping them. It's fucking brilliant, man. I love that.
Every answer I gave was no. I don't do that because I rape women instead. Or you know, I don't talk to women. I just rape them. And it's at the end of the quiz, I had 0 yes answers. Therefore, I don't contribute to rape culture, even though every answer was I rape women. They just didn't think this through. Yeah. So an actual rapist contributes to rape culture. It's bizarre. They're so desperate to tarnish all men as rapists or sexual assaulters that they don't think it through. The actual rapists walk away. Oh, and it's just it's absolutely.
And it's not to mention that it must be fucking insulting to people who suffered from, you know, like real rape victims.
Yeah. Do you know something that
to be told that if you have been dragged into the bushes and raped, right? To be told that you're just the same as a woman, she had a boyfriend and therefore he backed off. I'm sorry, but that's not the same.
Yeah.
Same thing, and that's so out of order.
Do you know that thing?
Well, I mean, it's like the I did like a couple of videos ago. It was this this debate on Channel 4. It was like English debate or something, and they had this feminist cow on there, and she was, you know, going on about how I think that something happened in Parliament where someone like touched a woman's knee. Someone touched a woman's knee.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, by the way, the
and
woman wrote an article saying that she didn't mind that there was anything wrong with it. So,
yeah. And then they were asking like, oh, so is touching a knee, can that be classed in the same, you know, category of rape as in sexual harassment? And then this feminist bitch is like, well, it's a continuum. It's all a slippery slope. See,
Jo Brand.
You know, it's
Jo Brand.
Yeah.
It was,
is that her name?
Jo Brand.
Oh, she's infuriating. And then she actually said at one point, it's this notion that all men have, that they are entitled to women's bodies. I mean, what the fuck do you think of men? That's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a bitch.
Yeah, I hate this whole thing. Like, it's just because of certain things in society that, you know, bad things happen. When you attribute it to a full collective, and this is what a lot of people are doing so much more nowadays, it gets really ridiculous. It's like kind of like, because one man does things, it's like we have to understand the mindset of how men work. They all technically want to do this, they just don't because they're told it's wrong. It's like, no, that's not how men think. They attribute like the 5% bad people and say like that's in everyone else. This is this whole toxic masculinity thing, and it's fucking ridiculous. I really hate it. Do you know what I was going to say with that think tank video that you contribute to rape culture? The thing I love so much with that channel is they're so they're total social justice type, but it's always that white girl that says everything, and she always is like an Indian or a black girl just nodding along, and I love that so much because that is everything they're against. They just do it, and they just do exactly what they say they're against. Like, I think it's beautiful, you know.
Yeah, she couldn't get a word in, could she?
Yeah. No, it happens all the time. I think it's that girl Hannah Cranston just can't shut up. She just can't. And I'm surprised no one said to her, you know, listen. I think they're actually part of the Young Turks network. I'm not sure, but I'm surprised like Chink or somebody hadn't said to her, you know, listen. We can't have a white person say this, but again, she's a woman, so.
But they're both always on the Young Turks. Chairview says bring Stephen Fry back. She sucks as the host. Stephen Fry never actually hosted. Have I got news for you? He hosted QI.
No, yeah.
But do you remember when Stephen Fry left Twitter because he came under? Remember, Stephen Fry's a gay man, right? Because he said at an award ceremony that a woman looks pretty in a dress or something like that. And this was a woman who was his friend, and he came under abuse on Twitter, and he just said, like, I'm leaving Twitter. I can't be bothered with this shit. This is unbelievable. All he did was compliment a woman. He didn't. I think he made a joke about the way she was dressed or something like that.
That's fucking ridiculous.
She was his friend, but everybody else took offence on her behalf, and he just went off. I'm out of here. You know, I can't be bothered with this. I'm out of here, man.
Yeah. By the way, listen, thanks for reading the comments. I'm totally unprepared here and I don't have the comments open, so I apologize, guys. But if Goodfella, if you can keep up with the comments, that'd be awesome, man. I appreciate it, because I appreciate anyone happens to be watching on my tiny channel. So yeah, it's awesome.
Rotissean Bob says Jo Brand. I was thinking it would be Kate Smithwaite. Well, it does sound like something she would say.
Beering did a kind of review of one of her videos, or just like made fun of it or whatever, and she is so terrible. She's just not funny whatsoever. It's like she's a comedian. I'm funnier than she is, and I don't even think I'm funny.
The Kate Smithwaite.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. That video was fucking atrocious.
I don't like that woman.
I know comedy's subjective, but it's just like art. Anybody can do anything and say it's art, you know. And she says she claims she's a comedian, and yet she's just not. Remember when Peter Lloyd were on a show? I think it was on Sky News. Yeah. And just at the end of the interview, is sticks and stones may break my bones, but you'll always find something
slappable face, and I can probably.
You'll always find something to offend a feminist.
Yep.
Flapping about.
Yeah.
how offended she was, and she just proved this point completely. You know?
Yeah, I know that's
really not funny at all, man.
If you're a natural comedian, if you're a good comedian, you've got a good comeback. You don't get triggered by anything.
But you can
what
you can take a joke.
Throw it back. You can take any joke whatsoever.
Even if you don't have a comeback, you can still take a joke.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Can you see that?
Oh, there she is. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. She didn't even.
Man, that's horrible.
She doesn't even have the decency to dye her underarm hair. She's not a real feminist.
I know, it should at least be blue. Come on. Yeah, I don't understand how she got any sort of notoriety. Good notoriety. Like, I don't know why she's famous in any sort of way. It's like, what has she ever done? You know, what does she do?
The agenda. And so they like her for that. They give her all this airtime because she pushes the feminist agenda. This whole underarm hair thing, right now.
Yeah.
That, right? Yeah. I don't like that on a woman. I know it's natural, but I don't like it. Gonna shave it off, right? But it's like, what is the point?
Even I shave it off.
What's the point they're making, though? Are they making the point that, look at me, I'm not attractive to men or whatever? What are they trying to do? What is the point?
Oh, well, it's that it all stems down, back to the patriarchy, doesn't it? Because women have been shamed and oppressed over years to feel that they need to shave their hair for men. So it's like breaking the free of the chains.
I think women shame women more than men do when it comes to appearance.
Oh, of course, absolutely, yeah.
Of course, they make a whole industry of it.
See, when you look at all these, see when you look at the female section of the Guardian or the Daily Mail or whatever, and writing articles about how women look. Oh, look at that dress Beyonce's wearing. Oh my God, can you believe?
Yeah,
Helen Mirren is wearing that dress at her age. Us men get the blame.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Right.
It's fucking crazy.
Another double standard. There are so many.
Oh yeah, it's mental. Yeah, do you know what's funny? Like with the armpit hair thing, I had an ex once, and I was lying next to her in bed, and she was like, she noticed a smell from my underarms, and I was kind of like, well, yeah, that happens, but I kind of started shaving them, and then it wasn't a problem at all anymore. So now I just kind of felt insecure about it. So I'm like, I shave them. I'm totally gay that way. But yeah, it's like, if I can fucking shave my underarms, fucking women can. It's like.
I don't like a lot of football players. They shave their legs, don't they?
Yeah,
you get the mud. You get the mud stuck in them, and then like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
for speed, but. But I don't know. I don't know about footballers. I don't know. I didn't know about that.
Again, I think you might be able to clarify in this, Annette, but I think women quite like hair. I know women love beards. Like, I don't have a beard because of that, but I've had some exes in the past who are like, when I shaved,
a lot of women,
which is weird, like
a lot of women like a hairy chest. A lot of women like a hairy chest. Oh yeah,
they like something to hold on to, as they say. I don't know. I've been told that. I like to.
Yeah. But yeah, shock and horror. Women find masculine attributes attractive. It's like, oh, but no, a man can't say he likes big hips and breasts and.
But yeah, then again, if I'm honest with women, I was with a girl once who had hairy nipples, and I felt really sick. I was like,
what?
So yeah, she had like hairs around. Oh fuck no, I don't want to talk about it. But
a woman could
how do you get rid of that though?
Well, apparently it was a woman.
I wouldn't want to shave near my nipples.
Yeah.
How do you get rid of that?
Apparently, unless she was transsexual and I didn't realise. It was only a month ago.
I was around.
It was about 17 or something like that, but yeah.
It'd be like the areola, not the actual nipple. Yeah, you could shave that.
No. Yeah, you can shave that.
It was
around.
That's one of the things about transsexuals, by the way, right? I've found annoying recently, right? Like, see if I get, say I get a new follower on Twitter, right? And it's a woman. obviously I'm a guy. I'm always going to check them out, right, and look through the photos, right. That's just what I do, right. And sometimes I'll check them out, and I'll go, shit, that could have been a guy. And I don't know. It drives me mad.
That's the thing.
I'm looking at him thinking, did she used to be a guy? Because she looks all right, but I don't want to say that just in case.
Do you know what's funny? Like,
used to be a guy, and then
yeah. Do you know what's funny? Even with Blair White, I would never have known at all. I mean, Blair White is hot no matter what anyone says, and I would have never known whatsoever.
Well, they've got it's not just like getting boobs and you know, that sort of operations anymore. They got things where like they can shave down your cheekbones and you get rid of the Adam's apple and stuff. And
I mean, Riley Dennis just sort of came on, but the thing is though, Riley Dennis has went from being a good-looking man to like a weird misshapen
alien.
Something alien. Yeah, it's like I don't think it's
alien.
Yeah, do you know what the thing is about it? And the whole thing with Riley Dennis. I mean, I know I don't want to say much about Riley Dennis. I think she's got mental health problems because of some of the stuff she says. But that was a really, really good looking guy who could get like a lot of girls and stuff like that. His personality's a bit messed up, but see, like the transition thing just isn't going to work out well. It's not going to be a Blair White or anything like that. And you know, all it does is make her look like a weirdo or whatever. And there was a lot of potential there. I mean, he could have been a great looking guy, you know, but
he's got a man's face. He's got a man's face, but
yeah,
do you think
and a chiseled face as well?
Yeah.
Do you think that common courtesy, you know, maybe even in their bio, do you know what I mean? Do you think it's like common courtesy just to say, by the way, I'm trans, done, end of story?
Yeah.
You've heard of well, I got a picture. Let me bring this picture up. This case down here in Australia, with this is a
transgender.
That looks like a man.
I know. And no, but the thing is, he wants to fucking play in the women's team where he could totally just rattle the whole team.
Yeah, she wants to play in Australian football league.
Oh, look at the shoulders, man.
Yeah.
And the Australian football is like hardcore. That's like right in there. Like,
I think there's a rule. I think there's a rule, right? See, a woman should be able to look at a woman and think, I could take her in a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Jesus, he beat me up. Jesus, man.
There's a picture somewhere of what she looked like when, like, before she transitioned, and he's a big sheet. It's so confusing.
But you're calling it she.
Yeah.
Why do you call that she? Is it to be politically correct, or because I've said before, right, that I have a few friends online, right, who are transsexual, and out of respect for the fact that they're friends, I'll call them she because they want me to.
Right.
That it's just like the word cunt. If they want me to call them a cunt, I will. But I don't think they're a cunt. But I will call them that out of respect. I don't think they're a woman. Call them a woman. Anybody else who's not my friend, I'm not going to call them a girl.
Well,
not a chance.
I'll tell you where I am with it. It's confusing for me because like Riley Dennis don't know what the fuck to say, especially when I was talking about the fact that when he was a guy, he was pretty good looking, whatever. But I would basically say if someone says they're trans or whatever, I'll just say she. Just it's not to be politically correct, just because like kind of like if you want me to say that, fine. It doesn't really matter. If it's Z and Z and all that, I'll be like, fuck off, mate. You know, but if you want me to say it, I'll just be like, I'll say it, I'll do it. You know, mostly because it doesn't really matter. It's just it would just get annoying them whining at me for not doing it. You know, kind of that way. You know.
I think that's it, you know. I've been conditioned at this point to do it. I've been on streams, you know, so many streams where you talk about Riley Dennis, and I used to say he all the bloody time. And then you get corrected, and you just something, you know, like in your head, like okay, say she. So,
there's a woman called Frozen Binary Studios. Now, I've known them for years. I've done streams with them and friends list or on my Twitter friends list, and he's transitioned. Or I think he's still going through the transition from male to female. Now I'll call him because that, you know, because it's my friend, you know. But they are fully aware that I don't think they're female. Like I'll call them female. But other than that, people like that guy that you just showed, that's a guy. If he can go in a shop, right? If he can go in a shop and pick up a full loaf of bread with one hand, it's a man. Jane, man, come on. Jesus.
Yes, I know. Well, that's what's the standard of so they're taking female hormones. Like you're still built like a bloody brick shithouse. Like,
do you know the thing about it is as well, like over time this will effectively become like male players will be playing male football and male players will be playing female football, because they're never women that are actually women are never going to be able to compete with trans men. That's
maybe we should have a trans league, a third option, have a trans league. Then
but then what about trans women that become men? They're never going to get
the same thing. But I'm going as well, you know. But I'm with Dave Chappelle on this. I don't know if you watch Dave Chappelle's specials on Netflix, right? But he talks about this, and he said that he has no issue identifying as female, but his issue is why should we your identity? We shouldn't be forced to say a man's a woman if we don't want to. That's the issue. Go ahead. Doesn't bother me, but don't force me by law to say that you're a woman, because I don't a woman.
No, see the law thing really bothers me, and it's kind of crazy and stupid. But for me, it's like kind of like if someone's like kind of wants to be called a woman, I'll just do it just out of like ease. I'm not invested enough in it. I'm not invested enough in it to really care. It's when it gets into stuff like Z and Z and all that is kind of mental. I'm getting a clicking noise in my ears. You guys hear it? Weird.
I don't know if it's coming from me.
I can't.
No, maybe it be.
Yeah, it's probably me. So yeah, don't worry about it. That's cool.
No, I'm not getting it. I can't hear any clicking noise.
Cool. Anyway, yeah. Speaking of trannies, right? Did you guys watch the Ribbon Report with Candice and Blair?
Trannies.
Blair doesn't mind. Blair doesn't mind, and I love Blair. You guys know I love Blair. And
I watched the first like 30 minutes of it. I still have to watch the rest.
I've only seen reactions. I've only seen reactions to it. I've not watched the actual debate.
Do you know something funny? I don't know. It was quite funny, but do you know something that was really good? And I don't know what you think of this person, but that's Mark Creationist Cat actually did a really, really good video on it. Even though the Nucleus, I don't know what your I don't know what your feelings on him are, but the video was really good. It's a good one to watch. But the thing I thought about it was right, and you know, you guys know like I split to Blair and stuff, but I will still criticise Blair. I criticised her on the on debate because that was a fucking shambles. Although I think she wanted it to be, but that's a by the by. But Blair actually did keep calm, like as far as you could. It was Candice that kept yelling constantly, and then Blair didn't yell. Blair just kind of said the facts, but Blair got really annoyed because Candice kept sort of yelling over and stuff. But the problem was Dave Rubin was terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
He couldn't handle it. He was like, he looked scared of them.
He should have basically said, "You cannot talk right now. You're talking, and to your point, if you start yelling, you can't talk anymore."
In other words, he should have been a moderator, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
One of the things that I don't know if it was the first thing she said, because I've only seen reactions. From what I gather, the first thing Candice said was, she's a man. I just want to make it clear that that's a man.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I just think that even though, you know, I don't agree that she's a woman, there's no need for that. You know what I mean? It's poisoning the well. Right away, it's poisoning the well, and there's no need for that shit.
How is her excuse for doing so was that I don't want this to be seen as a cat fight, so that's a man.
It's fucking stupid as that, you know? I don't want people to label it some way because it's technically not right. It's like that. It doesn't. it had no relevance to anything whatsoever. I think she just did it so that sort of TERFs would be on her side, and it is ridiculous. Although something you said, Goodfella, that I disagree with, but I can see where you're coming from, was the Dave Rubin saw this a moneymaker, and that he made it and he arranged it to be a moneymaker. I think he saw it as a moneymaker, yeah, but I don't think he said to Blair and Candice, let's make this a wrestling match, because looking at it, Blair did try her best. She did try her best. All right. Oh, sorry, Goodfellas away now, but yeah, cool.
Yeah.
You can have
they were jousting on Twitter even before this, so
yeah. Because it was something
how they were going to have at it.
Yeah, exactly. It was something that Goodfella had said before, was that they all kind of planned to have a sort of wrestling match, but the way Blair spoke and the way Candice spoke, you could tell that Blair was being rational and trying to be rational and trying to effectively put forward the facts, answer the questions. Candice just constantly kept yelling and saying, "Why are you saying that?" And she kept saying ad hominems, like, everyone's bottom feeders. The only reason they're doing this is because I'm famous. It's like, you're not that famous, mate. You know, it's
I've never even heard of her. Like, up until
well, you're more
days ago, whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're more famous than she is. You know, and so. Well, I mean, I'm not saying you're not famous, and you have got quite a lot of fame on YouTube and stuff. But the people that were talking about her had way more fame than she had. You know, it's like, so I don't even know why she was using that argument whatsoever. You know, just because she's.
I said that it was like a wrestling match, but it was in the same sense that Conor McGregor was a wrestling match. Now, everybody did want to see them. Everybody wanted to see them fight, but let's not pretend money to be made from that fight from everybody involved.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, you'll notice that in the Rubin report, right? You'll notice that from the clips that I've seen, he had the super chat on.
Yep. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And I'm sure he had it monetized. Now, I'm not against super chat, but if the whole idea was, so let's have a debate, I've been on. I still believe that it was a money-making scheme, but I can't prove it. But my only evidence would be, as I've said already, is just wait. It will happen again. I guarantee the same two people will debate again. They've already been on his show before this debate. And so he's in contact with both of them. They're two big names. He's a big name. A lot of money to be made. It will happen again. It'll be a rematch. You just watch. Mark my words. Give it a month or two, and there'll be a rematch, and lots of money will be made again. And I would put the pressure on Rubin to not monetize the video and not have super chat, just to show that it's all about the debate and not about the money. That's all.
Yeah, because I mean, the thing with Rubin is he's making like 30 grand a month off Patreon anyway, so like demonetizing a couple of videos isn't a big deal. Yeah, it's huge. It's a half of Jordan Peterson. I don't know how the fuck he's making that money, but yeah.
I know.
But a funny thing talking about that is, I mean, I make a point of demonetizing the videos you guys are on, because I don't want to monetize off your fame, you know. And it's kind of like the whole thing. It's like, if you're bringing people on for you know, a big topic, you shouldn't want to monetize off of it. You should be doing it for the greater good, essentially, you know. Which is why I said, if that was the point. Yeah, which is why I said, if I bring you guys on, I'm not going to say, yeah, people give me super chat money because I've got two famous YouTubers on here, you know.
No, but talking about Jordan Peterson and the money he makes every month on Patreon, which is $50,000, by the way.
I don't know how that happened. He's eighth in the Patreon. He's eighth highest paid. I'm like, how did that happen?
Damn.
But yeah. He brought out this. Somebody released a video saying, I took Jordan Peterson's personality quiz. So right away I thought, oh, I need to take this quiz.
Yeah, of course.
Right, so I need to take this fucking quiz. Just on a link to the quiz, and I was searching for the quiz. In order to get the quiz, just pay this much. And I was thinking, go and fuck yourself. Seriously? For a fucking quiz? For a fucking personality test or whatever it was? You had to pay money? Yourself, man. This guy is a con artist. An absolute con artist.
The thing with Jordan
Peterson, people are falling for it.
Yeah, do you know the thing with Jordan Peterson? I quite like a lot of stuff he said. He's a very clever person, of course, he is, right? But there's certain things he said, and I'm like, hang on a minute, you need to look at this in a different perspective. With like, when he talked about children, he said, people that don't want to have children are selfish. And I'm like, well, you have to look at it from another way. You have to look at it from another way as well. People could say that people wanting to have children or having children is selfish because a lot of people can't have children, and their one wish in the whole world is to have a child, but they can't do it. You know, how is that selfish? Like, so you don't want to have a child just because you're like, you know, I don't really want to have a child. It's not selfish. Selfish would be if you have a child but you don't take care of it. That's selfish. There's nothing selfish about not wanting to have a child. You're not.
Nothing.
There's nothing at all. You can't even make an argument that it's selfish. What's the argument going to be? You would have to spend more time with the child who you love more than anything else in the world. It's a privilege to be around. You have to spend money on a child that you love dearly and you want to spend all your money on. You know what's selfish? But I'd say it's more selfish to have a child in that sense. You know.
Yeah.
People would say having a child is like an 18-year commitment, but it's not. It's
love.
A lifetime.
Yeah, it's like
commitment. You know.
But again, even at that, it's an 18-year commitment. So is having a girlfriend a commitment? Like, is that work? You know, the
funny thing is,
it's like, you know, is that what you're trying to say?
But the funny thing is, I've got a child, and yet before he was born, I never wanted a child. I had no need or want for. There was never at any point I was thinking, all right, I need to have a child. It was never in my any point. And then it just came up, you know, we should have a kid, and I was like, and I wasn't that bothered. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't that fussed about it, and it wasn't like something that I had to do. And if I never had a child, I don't think I would ever have thought I need to have a child. It's just something that never it happened. Obviously, I'm glad it happened, you know. But beforehand, I was never interested in having a child, and I never thought that to not have a child, that is absolutely insane. But he's a nutter, you know. You have to understand that. But he's a fucking religious nut job, and that's why it's hard to take him seriously.
Do you know what? Yeah, what really bothers me about these like really, really smart types who are really right leaning, they always have this kind of religious notion behind them. It's kind of like, just leave that, keep that at home. You know, it doesn't make a difference as far as your public life is concerned. Why make it a thing? It has no basis in everything. And people that say like, yeah, if you're a Christian, you have better morals than everyone else. Bollocks, you do. Morals are based on you know how you treat people you're around, and you know the golden rule: treat others like you'd want to be treated. You know, it's like, so does Jordan Peterson.
That's the golden rule.
Yeah. As long as you live by that.
That's one of the things ever to come out of Christianity. Treat others as you would like to be treated. If everybody lived by that rule, they'll throw cakes at each other. But you know what I'm saying? Treat others how you like to be treated. It's the golden rule, and it's the only good thing ever to come out. And see these Christians deserve to talk about morals after what the Catholic Church has been up to for fucking years.
Oh, yeah.
But it's interesting. It's like you look at certain animal behaviors who, like, you know, they tolerate each other up until the point where it becomes competitive, like mating or you know, survival from eating and stuff. Like, it's not like this. It's not like they have to have religion to know that we should just get along and not try to kill each other and fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
The argument that annoys me from like the Christian right is the argument that having a child out of wedlock is like the worst thing ever, right? And see, I believe having a child, stay together, that's good. But being married, it doesn't mean anything at all. It's completely pointless, you know. And it annoys me because my child was born out of wedlock. So when I hear them say that, I just hear them saying, and I just feel like, you know, fuck you. I'm not a fucking bad person because I didn't have my child when I was married. Go fuck yourself. Who the hell do you think you are?
The thing about marriage is just an arbitrary thing to say nothing. To say you are in a relationship. Congratulations, I was still in a relationship. And the only thing you're doing is giving the government like part of your relationship. That's literally all it is. You know, it's nothing. It's literally nothing apart from a relationship that's harder to get out of.
It's not a guarantee of.
It doesn't mean you're going to stay together either. You know,
No, it doesn't mean anything.
It literally means fuck all. I mean, I would get married if, like, the thing I've always thought, and I don't know if I'm not in a long-term relationship.
Tax incentive.
Yeah, well, although I don't even think we get that here anymore in the UK. I don't think we do.
Unfortunately, I think there's some.
Oh,
I think there's some, but not much. Some.
There's some I might go for that, but fair enough. If any girl was stupid enough to want to date me again, right? If I get married, like, if I'm in a relationship, like, I would basically say, if I'm going to get married, like, I'll have the ceremony, but I just won't sign the paper. And, you know, effectively, what difference does that actually fucking make? You know, if the only reason to get married is that it's hard to get out of it, is there a point in getting married in the first place? You know?
Yeah. I don't care. And I don't really care, to be honest. Like, I've lived with bearing now for, what is it? It's like next, oh shit, what is it? I should know this stuff, right? March, January, March, April, May. Oh, May. So next May, it'll be 15 years.
Wow.
And I don't,
coming soon.
I still don't have the urge. I don't have the urge to get married. I've been to my friends' marriages, like weddings, and I don't like weddings.
But you don't have the urge. You don't have the urge to get married.
No.
Married, and you don't like weddings. But if Baring said, "Oh, ceremony," would you say yes? And Baring didn't ask me to ask this, by the way.
I don't know. It would be pressure. It would be pressure to appease other people. I don't particularly want to. I don't really want to. I'm grown up like that little girl who was never obsessed with weddings and stuff. I've always been this way. And you know, it's all the pressure is coming from like his side of the family, because he's got a big family. And they're like, oh, when are you going to get married and stuff and all of that crap. But you know, all of my relatives are in they're in England. So I'm distant with all my cousins and uncles and aunties. And I have, my mother's passed away now. And my dad, he lives like in another state as well. I'm like, I don't have pressure on my side of you have to get married. So no, I don't.
What if you were to fall pregnant? Would you change your mind?
I mean, what does it really change? What does it really change?
Yeah,
I've been living with him for 15 years. I mean, we might as well be married. Like that. Honestly, the only benefit, the only reason I can see to get married is if there was tax. If there was a tax.
Do you have common law in America? Are you considered his common law wife?
Oh yeah. So I mean, we've been together long enough that it would, you know, if we were to split up and we had to divide assets, it would be considered like, you know, we are married. It would be like 50-50 or whatever. So
again, the thing is, even talking about marriage, your relationship has lasted way longer than most of my friends' marriages did. So you know, like I'm at that age where your friends have been married and divorced when I've just like been single because like I'm an ugly fucker. But I'm not trying to fish for compliments, by the way.
I've actually, some of my couples who've gotten married and who've put in this big wedding on, like it's a big, you know, it's a show, right? It's look at us, look at how in love we are and all this crap. And then they, you know, they get divorced like a year or two later and they just spend like 50 grand on a wedding. I'm like, are you mental?
Probably.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's all this pressure. Like another one of my guy friends, he told me about how recently his wife ran away to another country and stopped communicating with him, just stopped talking to him. And he said as soon as, it was weird, it was like as soon as they got married, it was like she was just on him about everything, like your job isn't good enough, you need to do more, you need to make more. Like she just flipped the script. Like as soon as they got married. So,
but they were.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there a pressure or something that comes with being married where there wasn't before? I don't know why that happens.
Those people that were getting divorced, paying off the wedding, probably.
I think that's what it is. I think when your relationship is a front, when you've got something to prove to people, like, big weddings and stuff, like it's like an ego boosting, and then somewhere down the relationship where you feel like you're getting glory, or like your ego's not being massaged enough, and it's all about, oh fuck, my partner's not doing enough for me. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you know something? Like, I've thought about this quite a lot, and see, most relationships and most marriages and stuff like that, they're not really based on, well, love or whatever you want to call it, because like I've been in a number of relationships. The longest one was probably about 3 years, but honestly, there's only been one relationship I've been in where I really felt like this love, this kind of, I don't really want to leave you, I don't really want to be without you. Whereas a lot of the time, even in a 3-year relationship, I was like, I want to get away from you as much as possible. So, and like the one relationship where I thought it was great and perfect, that was like, it only lasted like 5 months or something like that. And thinking about that, the amount of times I've been in longer term relationships and it's not been like that, I think I could have quite easily got married into one of those. It's like that's why divorces and stuff happen. And I think I know what it's like to be in a really awesome relationship, which is kind of my problem now, right? Because now I've got really high expectations. And I think that's why I remain single, which is shit, to be honest. Like, it's really shit in that sort of sense. But do you know what? I don't really care that much for relationships. I'm kind of like, I'm not a MGTOW, but I've kind of got that. It doesn't really make a big difference to me. Like, I'll be fine either way. But it's like, but the fact that I've been through that makes me see how easy it is to think, you're in love and you want marriage, and it's not that. And that's why so many people get divorced really quickly and stuff. So effectively, the whole marriage thing is kind of a bit silly. I mean, like you said, you and Bering have been together almost 15 years. You've got one of those relationships I was talking about, which is like, you really do truly want to be together. Whereas most people who get married, it's like after a couple of years because they're told to, they're forced to do it. And, that's what bugs me about it,
You have to, you have to be bloody good mates. That's your foundation. Because once once the other stuff fizzles out, like if you can't stand being around like each other's company, then you're fucked. And then the second thing is you have to be unselfish. Like, you see that from like, especially from women all the time. They're on their blokes. They're like, oh, you don't do this for me anymore. You don't do that. Like, how come you don't do this and romance me and all of this shit? Like, and then they're not doing jack shit for their partners. Like, they're not doing the same thing.
Do you know what's funny? Talk about that, right? I've had this conversation with a few mates. I had a flatmate between the years of 2011 and 2013. His name was Dave. He was a fucking awesome guy. In fact, he was earning a 6-figure salary, so he pretty much paid the bills and stuff. So I was in a good place there, right? But for him and I, for the 2 years we stayed in there, everything was harmony. We never ever argued, although we took a lot of drugs and stuff, so that's probably why. But I think about it, like, all my friends in relationships are talking about how they're arguing every week and it's always something, and I'm like, kind of like, why does it have to be like that? And it's like, kind of like my parents said, are you saying you and Dave never argued when you were like in the flat? And it's like, basically never. Okay, fair enough. I mean, we're on MDMA every so often, but still, I mean, the thing is, like, why shouldn't relationships be like that? Obviously, well, I think occasionally we might have got like kind of little misunderstandings, but it was never like real arguments and stuff. But although, actually, Annette, you might be able to clarify this. Do women enjoy arguments in relationships? Do they want that heat and sort of passion, I guess? Do women like that?
Yes.
Women love arguing. How does Annette feel? Because Annette might be one of the guys, though. I mean, you can't see all women, so. But how do you feel? Do you like?
I think
women
are shit testers. Women are shit testers. They love testing their men. So they love arguing.
I try not to do that because I don't like manipulative people, and I see a lot of strategic things women learn how to do as like white lies, like, you know, white lies. It's like a white manipulation. Like, you think, oh, it's not really doing any harm, but I don't like manipulation at all. I think it's it breaks trust. This is something interesting I read the other day. Did you know that women's tears actually chemically reduce men's testosterone?
Wow, really?
I heard Karen. I heard Karen Strawn talking about that a few years ago, where she said that when women cry, it reduces the testosterone. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know about me, but that's something that's never worked with me, because my mother. In a way, I'm thankful for this, but even though it was horrible, my mother was very manipulative. So,
there you go.
I kind of learned a lot from my mother.
Yeah.
And when I then was out with women, and I always say, like, there's a few reasons to cry, right? Like, you cry if someone close to you has died, right? You cry if you're in severe pain. No other reason to cry. Right. So if a woman's crying and nobody's died and she's not in severe pain, she's manipulating you. You know, and that's just,
not all the time. Not all the time. Women are crazy. Like, the way women are built, like having sort of a guy's mind, but also having the body and chemistry of a woman. It's absolutely fucked up. It's a war inside my head. Internally, it's a war sometimes, because I know I'm being a fucking idiot. Like, I know there's nothing to cry about and that it's stupid and that I hate myself for doing it. But it's like, your body doesn't give a shit. It's just, and then the best thing to relieve the, you know, it's like cortisol levels and stress, and women, well, you know, women overthink things. Women always worry about things, right? And it makes us naturally build up more cortisol and stress and all of this stupid shit. So a good way of relieving that is to cry. It's a natural cortisol suppressant. So I think it's retarded and stupid, and I really fucking hate being a woman sometimes. God, especially when it's the time of like the month. I don't want to talk about that. Oh, dude, yeah.
You know what's something funny? You know something funny about? You're one of the guys, don't worry on it. But yeah, do you know something that's funny about that whole women crying and lowering most testosterone? Is that why these game journalists and BuzzFeed guys have all got low testosterone? Because all they do is they're friend zone guys that the women only will ever go to when they're having trouble with their boyfriend, you know, so they'll cry to them all the time and they don't get laid, you know. So essentially they're just low testosterone. I'm actually quite lucky. I get blood tests probably 3 or 4 years ago, but I was apparently very high testosterone, so I actually did something right. The funniest thing is, like, people think I'm gay a lot of the time because I talk with my voice is kind of high, but my testosterone level says differently. So I'm like, I'm good, but yeah. But
how do you test your testosterone level? How do you test this?
Blood test, you can do it by I don't know if you can do it with a home kit or whatever. Right? Give it a go. I mean, I'm sure yours will be really high, man. Yeah.
I would love to take it in for the meter to explode.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The best thing, the thing that's funny about me is actually maybe TMI, right? But a girl I slept with maybe a year ago or something called me a firecracker, which was her way of saying basically, you seem like a really sweet innocent guy until you get into bed and when you're fucking crazy. I'm like, okay, that's fine, I'm happy with that.
Compliment.
Yeah, exactly. It was like she thought I'd be on this kind of innocent kind of touch, you know. So I just kind of went to town on her, you know. But,
it had been a while. It'd been a while. Wait till you're
it'd been a while.
You've been banging her forever. You've been banging her for like 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I was quite happy that compliment. A firecracker was the word. I was like, yeah, that's good. Her name was Jade. She was cool. Yeah. Oh, fuck, I'm drunk. She's gonna end up.
She was manipulating you somehow.
Yeah, she was manipulating me somehow.
After that? Yeah.
What's that?
No, did you give her any gifts or anything after that? After she said that to you?
Funny enough, no. In fact, actually, I started dating one of her friends a week later, so she really didn't like me. Although, actually, that was a year ago or so. I met up with her a week ago, so we're cool. Although, the thing is, right, when I met up with her, I was hoping I get laid and it didn't happen, so I wasn't good enough. Oh, well.
I shouldn't say that. Not all women are manipulative.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what you were saying, good fella.
You're being manipulative right now by trying to convince us that women are not manipulative. Right now, by trying to convince us that women are not manipulative.
I am not.
Can't win.
Can't go deep.
So your mother ruined you, man. So I was saying, my mum was she was manipulative herself, and she cheated on my dad, and I grew up kind of idolizing my dad a lot more than my mother and resenting the fact that she was so manipulative. So
what age did you find out that she cheated?
It was late. They hid it. My older sister, she knew, but they tried to shield me from it. So I found out pretty much like 17, 16. But so it was happening when I was like 14, I think.
Do you think that made you even subconsciously resent your mother more than your father?
And then the other thing is that because of what my dad's working situation, he had to work away from us where we were living. So it was very... I wouldn't get to see him very much, and when I did get to see him, and I was a tomboy growing up, like I missed him so goddamn much all the time that I just I think it's a cultural thing too, because my mum was from the Philippines and my dad's English, and I very much identified with my English side than my Filipino side, and I don't know. It was just, and I didn't, she could be a very manipulative woman, very manipulative woman. And I despised that. I despised it when he worked so goddamn hard. He sacrificed being with his family, like working away from us, and just fed her money, just gave her money, and she was gambling and she was an alcoholic and all of this other shit. So,
oh God, that's good.
Lessons learned, like things I just never want to be.
But there's a saying that sometimes it's better to be a bad example than a good parent.
Well, that's true, isn't it?
Might apply here,
a lesson learned.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it. You get
exactly.
Yeah, that kind of brings me back to, have you guys seen that video on privilege that's gone around Facebook like crazy? It was like basically,
the race.
Yeah, the race of like, this is a $100 bill. If your parents stayed together, take 2 steps forward and all that kind of shit. And it's like it's so one-sided and stupid. And one of the things was, take a step forward if you never had to help your parents with the bills. It's kind of like, how's that privilege, right? If you had to help your parents with the bills, you learned a skill, you had to work, like
that made you all standing in a line.
Yeah. And it's kind of like the whole thing. Yeah, it's kind of like the whole thing. If certain things have happened to you, it's definitely been a bad influence.
But it's
which it's not. It could be any kind of influence on you.
But it's so ridiculous, right? Like the one where they say, did your parents stay together? Well, yes, they stayed together, but every day they tried to set me on fire. Every day they tried to set me on fire.
Yeah.
So I mean, come on,
it's kind of like the whole thing. You have to see the positives.
Did you have a father in your life? Well, yes, I had a father in my life, but he beat me every day with a fucking broomstick. I mean, it's not exactly privilege, So it's totally biased, and it's another video that says fuck white people, fuck men. You're all bad. You should all feel bad, and black people are victims, and women are victims, and I went on to this website.
Oppression points.
There was this. Exactly. There was this website on Facebook, right, about white privilege, right? And I went on and I just all I said was feel guilty or bad for being white, and I will never apologize for being white. That's all I said. And I got dogs abuse from everybody on that site. They all came after me like, fuck you, you don't know what this is about, blah blah blah. And then I got banned from the site. And all I said was, I don't feel bad about being white. You know, it's just
Is that 4chan?
It's okay to be white. Yeah, it's okay to be white.
It's at the point where if you say it's okay to be white, the most basic level of neutrality, it's okay to be white, sure. Racist. It's a racist.
Yeah.
How is it racist?
And the thing is, that was their whole point. Their whole point was the fact that when you put something like that out there, people will always try and make it the opposite thing. So try and make it say, oh, it's okay to be white. That means it's not okay to be black. That was the whole point behind it all, and it fucking worked. They were so fucking stupid.
But is there any sign? Is there any sign that you would see that you thought was wrong? Like if you've seen it's okay to be Jewish, or it's okay to be black, or it's okay to be Muslim, or whatever, none of that would bother me.
No, never.
Of course it is. Never. Of course it's okay.
It's
that's racist. That's racist.
It was genius. Though. It was genius. It was like the perfect thing at the perfect time. It was just brilliant. And I hate it. I think Beering put in one of these videos that black girl that was kind of like, you're saying when you see that, you're saying it's not okay to be black. And I feel, I feel they're getting me every day. And I was going, oh God.
It alienates me. It makes me feel alienated.
But these are the same people. These are the same people that said Black Lives Matter does not mean other lives don't matter. To be white means it's not okay to be other colours. Hang on, wait a minute here. Make up your mind, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
It was a great tactic by 4chan.
Yeah.
I was going to say, by the way, and I think like the last time we had the chat, funny enough, Beering subscribed to me on YouTube. I was like, I don't know if it was because you made me mention to him about it, but like if he was around or whatever, if he wants to come in, I'm not dismissing or anything like that. I don't want him thinking, oh God, why is that Sugartits and not me? It's just more because I know you. Yeah, cool.
By the way,
I'll let him know.
Do you two stay together? Do you two live in the same house?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Well, I thought that I just wasn't sure. Something I wasn't sure about. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was more 15
years.
Yeah, that was really awesome. I fucking love that, by the way. That's like true love right there. Because I mean, you must have got together when you were like 16 then, or something like that, right?
I was 17 when we met.
That's awesome.
And then
I love that. I love that.
Moved in a year later.
What's the legal age in Australia? Is it 16, just like Britain?
I think so.
The legal age.
In other words, I had to say so when I don't know. I'm not sure it was legal. It
was my first boyfriend.
It's 16, isn't it, in Australia?
I have no idea, to be honest. It probably is, yeah.
I don't know. Neighbours did a thing on this. Like, did you ever watch Neighbours? Did you guys ever watch it? No.
Yes.
I think everyone did. Yeah. Do you remember there was like Stingray and a girl called Rachel, and Stingray was 18 and she was 14. Stingray, yeah, she ended up dying or something. Oh man, Neighbours, right? Do you remember?
Wasn't he like on the spectrum, Stingray? He was like,
yeah, I think he was, and then he died like everybody else Neighbours did. But Delta Goodrum, fucking Nina was fucking mwah. And Pepper as well. It's like there was a girl called Pepper. She was fucking beautiful.
I remember Pepper.
Pepper was fucking hot.
I watched them years ago. I don't remember.
Yeah, you're an old cunt, man. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I watched them when Caleb was in them. Aye.
Yeah.
Do you remember Home and Away?
I didn't really watch it, but I remember it.
Do you know the great thing about Home and Away, right? See all the main actresses shorter skirts than the extras.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Love it.
What a skill that was.
Pepper, do you remember Hall Pass the movie? Did you ever see Hall Pass the movie? I think Pepper chick was on that.
She's in it. I'm watching it. She was fucking amazing, man. She was amazing.
You'll love her in this video. They're like
fucking
super
honestly, she was like the fucking unbelievably perfect woman. She was. I loved Delta Goodrum because she could sing and she was like 17 and like.
Oh yeah, she was a bit prissy for me.
You liked her.
Bit, like,
she was a really right though. Fucking hell, man.
Sure, Chris. You liked her because she could sing. Sure.
She could sing. She was a good singer. Actually, I have her. I'm sure I've got her album, like the first one that came out. I was fucking right into Nina, but oh man, I dealt with good.
Who's the other one? Holly Valance. She was.
Holly Valance.
She was nice.
She was nice. I mean,
I always preferred Danny Minogue over Kylie though. Danny was just delish. Kylie.
So that's an interesting one. Kylie was
interesting.
Kylie was a more blonde bombshell, whereas Danny was like the kind of
she was like in the shadows. Like and then she got the tit job because she was so tired of being.
She was in the shadows. Yeah.
And then she regretted the tit job, and then she got it undone.
Wow, you know why?
I don't know why I know that. Yeah. No, I only. You're talking about girls bitching about girls.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, and then there's the old Neighbours legend, Carl Kennedy, who had a band called The Right Prescription. I'm like, I love it. Carl Kennedy had a band called The Right Prescription.
Just to be the token nerd in this conversation. Did you know that Neighbours is an anagram of Erinsborough?
No,
that's brilliant.
Just being a token nerd, you know.
That's brilliant.
Cool.
That's really good. That's really cool.
Very good.
Yeah. It's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really good, actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Margot Robbie was on.
Margot Robbie, yeah. Although I think she must have been later.
Guy Pearce made a name for himself. Guy Pearce made a name for himself after Neighbours.
Oh yeah, Neighbours is big for a lot.
He's quite big now. He's quite big now. He's bigger than Jason Donovan or Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason Donovan's a nobody now. I'm more famous than that cunt. But oh man, See, I think Pepper's probably one of the most beautiful women I've ever. In fact, this isn't really fetish like, so I'm just gonna shut up now. Continue.
We're saying Neighbours.
Pepper Neighbours, just type in Pepper Neighbours. She's fucking beautiful.
That's what.
And you must agree, right? And you must agree, Pepper's beautiful. I can bring her up.
She is.
Yeah, bring her up if you want, Alec.
The first photo that comes up is her tied up with some old dyke-looking woman.
I'm going to Google that one. That's my wank tonight.
It's nice. She's got the kind of blonde hair. Okay,
there's a video. There's a video that's on YouTube around
crackers. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, one time I ran searching Neighbours on YouTube, and there was a video of like when they were in school, and she was a teacher in the school, and like her underwear was showing. It was like pink and stuff, and I was like, oh. So yeah, that's an awesome YouTube video.
I have to ask
this is getting a bit too far, but yeah. Anyway, right.
No, sorry. I wasn't saying fuck off to you. I'm trying to find this video of Nikki Whelan for you, and I get the women join the army. Only women.
Well, I have to ask Annette because as a Brit, I'm feeling slightly jealous here. What British soap operas do you watch in Australia?
Oh, so many.
Yeah, really?
on Netflix. No, on Netflix. We're watching Peep Show at the moment.
Oh, that's not soap. That's also different.
Oh, is that not a soap? Okay,
it's a brilliant show, but
it's great. Though.
Brilliant show, but it's not a soap. Well, let me go through them. EastEnders.
Yeah.
Emmerdale Farm. Brookside. Brookside. Is that still going? Hollyoaks.
But take into mind, I don't really watch soaps to begin with.
All right. Do you still get them? Do you still get them over there?
I think we do. Like when we get EastEnders.
That's
okay.
Yeah.
I've never even watched it. Funny enough, I was just a Neighbours person. So, what do you think of Super Hands?
He's hilarious.
Fucking Superman's amazing, man. He's the perfect dude. He's exactly what I want to be. That's how I live my life, but I'm just not that.
Oh man,
cool.
I just one of the last episodes we watched, like he brought a snake to the house party. Yeah. And they put the snake in the colander, the lettuce dryer. Like make it go for a ride.
I love it, man. I love it when like Super Hans is like playing the gambling machine, like the quiz machine thing, and Mark's answering the questions, and it's like, I don't trust you, Mark. I wouldn't trust you to combat situations. I was doing the buttons, you were doing the questions. You hit the button, you crossed the line, mate. I fucking love it, man. He's just brilliant. I fucking love it.
Hasn't Sophie become? Oh, Sophie's annoying the crap out of me.
Oh yeah.
Cut her hair.
Oh yeah. See, the thing is about Sophie, like she was kind of one of those cute fat chicks, and then she cut her hair and she's the dyke. It's like
yeah. She's turned into Uber bitch now.
Yeah, cute fat chick, a real bitch.
I remember binge watching Peep Show on Netflix. It's just fantastic. But there was a bit in it where he goes into the room and he's sleeping, and he goes, I could rape him right now. No, I wouldn't. I love it.
Yeah, the random shit, yeah. It's like the stuff that goes through. It is the stuff that goes through your head in real life that you wouldn't actually do. I like the fact that they capture that so well. It's like I could rape her. I want to rape her. Maybe she'll let me rape her. I'm like, it's beautiful. That girl, Nancy's hot.
Oh, what's the nerdy guy? Every time he meets a new girl, he's like, she could be the one.
She could be the one. Like, oh. Dobby though, see Dobby, she's a fucking ride, man. I would fucking ride her I would ride her all night, man. You know how Dobby's quite hot in a kind of nerdy way?
Yeah.
You're like, no.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking of the collection they've given you on this show.
She was the perfect match. And I'm like, see when he was stuck in that cover grip, I was like, I fucking right. No chance with a chick like that right against his cock. Like
that tall chick who's really posh, she was really pretty.
Oh, yeah, Big Suze.
Big Suze. And who's the Russian... The Russian bitch.
She's beautiful. Oh, she's brilliant. She was the one who was strumming herself to porn and work. Yeah. I don't know her name, but yeah, she was strumming herself to porn and work. And then Jess took the wank bullet.
The wank bullet.
Beautiful, man. Yeah.
That's a good show. It's a good show. The other one I like is Him and Her. Have you seen that one? Him and Her.
No, I've not seen that.
It's a little bit more chick flick, but it's good. It's funny.
I might check it out, actually. I watched F is for Family recently that you were talking about, which it's got some really cool stuff in it, although it gets a bit it gets a bit bland after a while, but some of the stuff in it was genius. That whole, if you don't lose that weight after having a baby, he's going to see it to the loo.
Like the Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
You don't lose that weight from the baby.
He's good to see.
Might say toodaloo. Yeah, and the Spy as well.
What's his name? I've forgotten. Oh yeah. I know what you mean. You should watch that. It's Goodfella away. Oh, he's away for a bit. Cool. But yeah.
He comes in and when he comes in and he goes something like there's a bunch of hookers around, and he says something like, the women engaging in the old world is the what? I can't get my words out. The old
you still think you're talking as I am, but yeah.
Oldest profession.
Oh yeah, world profession. Yeah.
And she goes, prostitution? Smacking broads.
Yeah. Fucking brilliant. You know, like I love Bill Burr. I really love Bill Burr. Do you know what worries me about Bill Burr? If he does a Jim Jeffries, I'm going to get really pissed off, because Jim Jeffries was the kind of perfect lad who said exactly what you want him to say then he turned into a cunt. And he's still funny. He's still funny. He's just turning into a bit of a twat, though. It's like, even if he makes jokes about Trump, they could be funny, but he's such a bottom feeder. He says this shit stuff that everybody says. Oh yeah, he may be like Hitler or fuck. He used to be fucking amazing.
He's living in LA, first of all, God help him. And then second, like after he did all that, the skits about the gun control and that sort of stuff. Like the liberals, they loved him. So he's got this big liberal audience over there. And you know, he's got that new show as well, like on like Comedy Central, and fucking Francesca Ramsey's on Comedy Central.
Yeah, good. Yeah, the thing that's funny is he actually had a good show called Legit that was like a show kind of about his life. Then the Jim Jeffries show is now fucking awful. Do you know the thing is, even his gun control stuff I thought was really good. He made clever points. He did it in a good way. He told it off really well. That's great. I don't mind if I disagree with your politics, but see when you make it about your politics, that's when I get really fucking pissed off. See when it's you're pushing an agenda rather than just saying what you randomly think. You know, him pushing an agenda. And he's willing that very quickly. And the thing is, my mate got a few tickets for January to see him, and I'm kind of worried about how he's going to be. You know, I really hope he stays mostly to his old content, but because that's what made him. And I think he will probably get big contracts from all this stuff, but he's going to lose a lot of He's going to lose a lot of what he was from it. He's going to turn into just another random comedian. You know?
That's one of the problems with them. Just to read this comment from Dave Davison, right? Peep Show died for me. Peep Show died for me when Robert Webb went all SJW. Now Robert Webb did go all SJW, but
didn't take away from
still brilliant. So this is what I hate about this crap, because although they go SJW, they can still be funny and they can still be talented.
Course,
you know, we can't dismiss the previous talent because now they're all, you know, jumping on the bandwagon. You know, but I do understand that mentality of where if you watch Peep Show now, you kind of go, oh God, he's an asshole. I get that, I do get that, but it shouldn't spoil. Or the jokes, it shouldn't spoil it, but I can understand.
I must be getting up to that bit now.
Do you know what's funny? Like, well, actually, no. It was well after Peep Show he came out as being an SGW, so it's fine. But the thing that I don't mind if comedians are SGWs, like I said with Jim Jeffries, as long as he doesn't make that part of his thing, which he did on Bill Maher. He made it, you know, and that's what worries me, right? So I don't care if the SGWs does that. And the thing is, you know what, Goodfella, you know Robert Florence, he's the guy that did Burniston.
Like yes, I know. Yes.
I used to be friends with him. Like he used to go to a store called G-Force, a game store in town. And I used to every weekend stuff. So Union Street,
on Union Street.
So I made friends. So he invited me to like Burniston screenings. He sent me like Consylvania was like he made a Consylvania show, which is like a kind of gaming show. He sent me them early and all that stuff. So I was really close to him for a while. And but just a year ago or something like that, I said something really bad. I said Burniston season 3 really wasn't very good. And I noticed he unfollowed me. And I'm like, I sent a message saying, did you unfollow me because I said Burniston season 3 wasn't good? Like, no, I unfollowed you because you said things about Gamergate. Because he
Jesus.
all on Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quincy. Now, for perspective, I've known this guy for about 10 years. He's not like a friend, like, you know, my friend in Canada, Johnny, this game and stuff. I talk to him daily or whatever. But Rab, I talked to him maybe every couple of months. He knew exactly who I was. He knew me well. He invited me to his screens and stuff like that. And just because I tweeted something, I don't even know what I tweeted, by the way, he never told me. I tweeted something at Gamergate. That's like, he cut me off forever. And I'm like, that's you're basically saying politics control exactly what you do. It really bothers me. And the thing is, they started this video game show on Patreon, and you know I'm quite generous in Patreon and stuff like that. But I would never ever pay them anything at all. Like it's fucking, but it's ridiculous. It's like why I hate. It's the same like with Jim Jeffries. It's like kind of like people who have been fans of him for many years and stuff like that. You know, and if he suddenly turns on them, you know, it's going to go mental. But that really pissed me off because I was actually friends with him, and I mean, again, I was maybe a little bit like, oh, I'm friends with a celebrity, this is really cool and stuff like that. But I didn't really make a big deal out of it. I never really said to anyone apart from my friends, but such a dick move. You know, now, again, I paid for all these DVDs, you know, any sort of sponsorships he got and stuff like that, and buy the games and stuff like that. I'd give money towards these shows and stuff like that. And then one fucking tweet I made, he said, fuck off, because he's so popular. I don't matter, you know? And it's like, you know, we could have a 5-minute conversation in G-Force and this would be all over, but nah, none of it. I really get pissed off by it. That's why I said to you, we should a video from Burns and said to you, nah, he's a dick, you know?
But it makes you watch his previous stuff and you kind of think to yourself, oh God, that guy's an asshole. Oh, Jesus. It's funny, but he's an asshole, you know?
But, do you know the funny thing? Seeing his gaming show, which is like 2004, something like that, he got a guy dressed up as Hitler to go into game stores and talk about, you know, plus he did a thing called Kids Corner with John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy is a known predatory paedophile. And he did Kids Corner with John Wayne Gacy. He was dressed up as a paedophile, saying, "Oh yeah, I'm talking about kids and how great kids games are." And he did this, and then he's talking about how all this kind of stuff's so wrong and terrible. And they're like, "Fucking hell, mate! You got a guy to dress as Hitler to a video game store." I'll send you the video of it, honestly. And I'm like, "Fucking hell, it's crazy."
Did you hear about the Hitler selfie thing where there was a museum about the Holocaust, right? And obviously it's all doom and gloom, right? But one of the things about the museum was they had a full-size statue of Hitler, right? And he's standing there with a smile on his face with Auschwitz at the back.
Oh no.
So loads of people were going up and taking selfies, smiling. They had to remove it.
Fucking beautiful.
They ended up removing the Hitler statue because people were taking selfies with him, smiling with a thumbs up.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Like they're going around America, like ripping down Confederate statues. You got this Hitler statue here with Auschwitz in the back.
Yeah, beautiful. It's amazing.
But my thoughts are simply because that I don't like Hitler, right? He's a bad man. We get it, right? Historical figure. So
yeah,
still be allowed because he's an historical figure. You know, we don't have to like him, but he is a part of history, and it's very important that we know that.
I hate this whole rip down anything from history if you've done anything bad, because essentially all you're going to do is, if, like, say in 500 years people don't know about any of the bad figures, they're never going to know what they did or how they did it, so they're just going to repeat it. You know, it's the exact thing history will repeat. It will repeat. Human nature.
What I've said before is, what if 100 years from now, right, they then go in that Obama statue because he was against gay marriage. Gay marriage at the start. So let's rip his statue down because we can't have a man who's against gay marriage. And this goes on and on. Oh my God, Donald Trump didn't believe that a man was a woman. Therefore, let's rip his statue. I mean, how far do we go with this? It's ridiculous. History is history. Let's leave it as it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you know something that's funny, right? And it weirds me out how many people are against it. And I think because a lot of my views sound right-wing. I'm not really right-wing. I'm kind of centrist, I guess. I was always liberal, and then I moved closer and closer. There's something actually, Annette, I was talking to Alec about before you came on, how before I was like very liberal like 10 years ago, and over the last 10 years I've become more sort of centrist. But have you noticed how Candace Owens sort of one night she went from like far left to far right? It's like, it's obviously not true. It's fucking it's ridiculous how, you know. And the thing is, all you have to say is kind of like, how easy would it be for her to flip again, you know? It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that just doesn't
Yeah,
happen, does it?
yeah,
You
but
don't go,
it doesn't
right.
happen. But yeah,
I'd like to.
yeah. The reason. Oh, sorry.
I'd like to. I was just going to say, I would like to ask Annette as the token woman on the stream, right?
The token Asian woman.
I've been arguing for, it feels like the last 2 days, that women have intelligence and agency, right? Now, let's see, me and you, right? You, Annette, without having
Annette's
a drink.
Asian though, so she's smarter than the average. But yeah, okay,
Well,
keep going.
let's say, without having a drink, right? We're drinking, we're talking away, we're chatting.
Yeah.
And I say to you, hey, do you want to continue this room? What does that mean?
I missed the last word you cut out, sorry.
If I say to you, let's continue this up in my hotel room.
Yeah, that's a fuck.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now we're supposed to believe. We're supposed to believe that women don't know what that means.
No, that's bullshit.
That means continue the conversation. You know,
yeah.
But it's pretty obvious what that means. But the thing is as well with women is, do you want to continue this up in my hotel room? Which they could say yes to. I want to fuck you. Let's go up to my hotel room. But they might then go, whoa, no, that's a bit too forward. You know, we don't like that.
I mean, you don't go anywhere near the room if you're not interested to begin with.
Exactly. That's exactly my point.
Yeah.
Because again, even at that, in my experience, when that comes up, when it's like, do you want to come up to my flat? You're kind of like, you're rubbing her cheek, you're kissing her over and over, and you're just saying, do you want to come out to my flat? And kind of like, sort of, you know, touch her neck and stuff like that. Obviously, you know, like I said, we'll have a business meeting there, even though, you know, we're making out, I'm rubbing your neck, I'm touching your body, and like, you want to come out to my flat? It's like,
but the only way,
we'll have a business meeting, you know? No, apparently, I'll let good fella go.
The only way that we can see Louis C.K. as an abuser of women is if we think women are stupid. Women are stupid. I think they know what that means. You know. But apparently,
they went up to the hotel room and he said, you know, I'm pretty hard right now. Do you mind if I take my dick out? And they were like, yeah. Well, you know, if that's not consent, what the fuck is? I've never even said that, and I've had sex without saying that. You know, it's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Although I think, to be honest, if I said that, I would expect the women to say no, because that's a fucking weird thing to say. So if he said that and they said yes, they were desperate for it. Because imagine like I took you up to my hotel room and I said, and I was like, let's go through to the bedroom. Okay, if Susan went up to my bedroom, I'm gonna take my dick out. You'd be like, fucking hell, what? But that's what he did, and he said.
Did he say that? You're gonna have to tell me the story. I don't know the full story.
Even if they thought he was joking because he's a comedian, as soon as he pulls his dick out, they still have the agency to go.
Yeah, of course.
No,
I'm gone.
Yeah, this is uncomfortable. I'd rather not be here with your dick in my face.
How easy is that?
Yeah. But see,
Dave Davison is asking the important question, Annette, right? Would you watch Goodfella masturbate or Chris? So that's the important question here.
Oh, God. Say Goodfella, say Goodfella.
What's anybody doing that, to be honest?
That's an interesting question, and I'm going to harass you with that every day from now on. And Bearing will probably punch me 100 times over.
As a non-free woman,
but I don't think.
Yeah, you can't.
Women.
We're gonna need to bring in another Asian woman because both Goodfella and I are desperate for an Asian woman to masturbate.
Please bring in as many Asian women as you can. By the way,
yeah.
That's grooming.
Any women wants to watch that.
I say, do you know what's funny?
But because they know the man gets off on it, you know.
Yeah.
Actually wants to watch that.
Do you know the thing with roaming? I love roaming so much, and what bothers me so much about roaming is she was following me when I chatted to her a bit for a while. Then one day she unfollowed me, and I'm like, either she was just having a clear out, or I did something.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's
No, I'm sure it's
out.
clear out.
Yeah, because she's not the type. I would, but again, the thing is, I didn't really know her. I was just kind of like chatting.
I mean, the other thing is, look at her. Like, look at her. Like, have you ever been into one of her streams and read the comments?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So she, you know, she probably just did a clean out. Like,
yeah, I'm sure it would have been because it's because yeah, I again,
and
yeah,
she's such a love. She's a really nice, lovely.
Oh,
she's religious as well. So you know,
I hate the fact that
the
people
fact that she can talk to me sometimes amazes me because she's so nice. But,
yeah, the thing I don't really see how anyone can say anything bad about her. I mean, you spoke to Richard Spencer and didn't play hardball. Paul, you don't need to. You're allowed to just speak to someone.
Talking about?
Roaming millennial.
Who are we talking about?
Roaming millennial.
Oh, she's okay. Aye, she's okay. Kind of Asian as well. Aye.
Yeah. I just the thing is, I was going to try and get her into a live stream just because, well, I didn't really know her, but she followed me, so I thought, well, at least I can send her a message and say. Actually, it's funny, because like, remember we had Blair White in a live stream, and then she had to go and said she would maybe reschedule. But the thing with Blair White is Blair White is blowing up so much. Why the hell would she ever do it? You know. But yeah, it'd be cool if we can try and if we get her in one time. Awesome. But yeah, although I'm sure you guys could. But
I'm actually convinced. I'm actually convinced in my paranoia mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that she doesn't like me because it wasn't just that stream with me and you that she said that. It was another stream I did with Dave Cullen, and within a minute she went, right, I need to go. As soon as I joined. Yes. So I'm thinking, have I said something? Have I done something? What the fuck?
No.
Because it's twice I've joined a stream that she's in, and within a minute she's had to leave the stream.
Well,
and I'm just what the fuck have I done here?
Listen, I mean, I have done a couple of hangouts. I have done a couple of hangouts of her offline, and she's not that type of person. Don't worry, it's not that. Yeah.
I can't help thinking that though.
But yeah, no, she really isn't like that. The thing though is, I'm not a YouTuber. You guys are doing me a favor essentially, so I can't really expect her or you guys to even come here. The fact you guys are here is fucking awesome, and I love you guys so much for it. I was going to say to you guys, I mean, I was considering, if you guys want to or don't want to, it's fine. I was considering maybe podcasting these just because, just to put them out there. But if you want to or don't want to, we'll talk about it later. But would you be up for doing like a kind of monthly hangout at all, or whatever?
You have my consent to podcast this, but I have had a few whiskeys. So that might not count as consent.
Yeah. Lacey Green, you've done a Lacey Green there. Actually, right. Okay.
Oh, that was something I was laughing. We were laughing at. We were listening to the stream. And you said cunt, and the way you said it was just so
hateful.
It was so fruitful. So
you should go on one of our
streams. Like, that's how you say that
word. Annoys me. She annoys me the way it's not actually her that annoys me. It's the people that fall for the fact that she's changed. They annoy me. Okay. It's not her. She's just being Lacey Green. Mm-hmm. It's the people that go, oh, she's changed. She's brilliant now. No, she's still a fucking feminist cunt. Why are you falling for this? Jesus.
Okay, I've got something to say on this, but I'll let Annette talk first. I might rant. Are you? Annette, what are your thoughts on this before I talk? So I'll rant.
On what? Green? Sorry.
What are your thoughts on Lacey Green?
I don't think about it too much, to be honest.
Okay. To be honest, it's something I've thought about a lot, right? And I'm on Goodfella's side to a point, and then not to another point. So it's kind of I'm two minds about it, right? With Lacey Green, it's I genuinely think she sees there's a lot of problems with the feminist movement, and she doesn't want, and she really doesn't want them to be there. And whatever you want to have a conversation with her about, including what you're saying, Goodfella, I'm almost certain she would happily have a conversation about it, right? I might be wrong. I might be wrong, right? However, I still think she on the surface or down below or whatever you want to call it, she does feel the same kind of way, but she thinks people are just a bit too extreme about it, and her extremities are being pulled back quite a bit from where they were, but they're still kind of there. You know, what I like about Lacey is, though, she will talk and will understand what you're saying. You know, but having said that, she'll shut it down really quickly if she disagrees, because see that first live stream she did with Blair White, I really hated her after that, but I really liked her after. Well, I'm not saying I really liked her, but I kind of saw her point after her videos, because see when she did that stream with Blair White, she was really condescending and really saying, nope, you're wrong, fake news, with no citations. And just saying, that's wrong, I know that's wrong. Like Goodfellas mentioned, you know, she said about a few things like, this happened with no citations. So I think she's willing to hear out other sides, and she will listen to a point, but see she's so sure in one thing, she won't change her attitude. Okay. But she might over time, she's open to change her attitude though, which I quite like. So to close my comment on this, I think she's open to change, but some of the things you might want to change about her will be very, very difficult to change. Well, which I quite like the fact that she's changing though.
I think it's hard, isn't it? It's hard when you're coming from that side and then, you know, starting to say, oh, you know, kind of willing to see things from the other side's perspective. You will get crucified by that side, because, you know, they're into labeling you.
I'm going to mute myself for a minute to charge these. Go on and talk.
Okay, well, if I could just give my point of view in regards to Lacey Green, right? I don't know if Chris can still hear me. Nod your head, Chris, can you still hear me? Right, okay. Right, I don't know. This is my case regarding Lacey Green. Right? Let's say I'm Lacey Green, right? And I go over to the other side, feminist, right? By the way, I'm now a feminist. Done. End of story. That's not good enough. I have to come out and say, right, hang on. So I have to dismiss all the things I've said in the past. When I disregarded the wage gap, I actually didn't mean that. I mean that now. You know, I believe in rape culture. I should have to do all that. I shouldn't just have to say feminist now, and that's it. And that's what Lacey Green has done. She said, by the way, I'm not like that anymore. I'm the good guy now. And that's not good enough for me. Her video still stands, her Consent 101 video, means that if a woman has had, she said, over the drink drive limit, which is 2 glasses of wine, that means a woman cannot consent to sex, even if she enthusiastically consents. Come out and say, look, I said that in the past. I completely disagree with that now. I'm wrong about that. But she hasn't done any of that. All she's done is said, by the way, I'm one of the good guys now. Accept me.
No, wait. I need to
jump on board.
I'll agree and disagree with you here, right? And I think she's done this in the kind of tactical way that you mentioned, and that she doesn't have to repent for any old things. What she said is she's still a feminist, so effectively she could still believe all these things, which is kind of wrong and hypocritical given what she said. However, and I think she's done this in a very tactical way, so she doesn't have to say anything against what she initially said. But what she said now is that she hates the fact that that side will condemn so many things or say so many things without really thinking it through. But she still said, I'm still a feminist. But she's not addressed the things she hasn't fought through, but she hasn't said, I've completely changed. So she's kind of playing the middle ground, and I can still leave that stuff up there, but I can still disagree with these people. And it's a kind of sort of like, it's one of those kind of like, you know, those sort of centrist memes you say where this is what centrists are actually like, where they're not. She's effectively turned into that. She effectively turned into wanting the best of both worlds, but not really chosen a side. And I think she has good intentions, but she really needs to make us. I agree. She really needs to make a harder stance. But I don't think she's trying to say she's a good guy now. You know.
Well, let me say this then, right? Don't you think she should at least put out a video saying, "Look, in the past that I disagree with now. If anybody has any questions, please ask me, and I will address those questions in a future video."
Yes,
that way we can all ask her, because just basically said, "I'm not like that anymore. I'm like this now," and everybody's jumped on as if, "Oh, brilliant!" Well, I don't buy it. I don't buy it for a second, because
I was just going to say, has she made many videos since the whole jump ship thing?
Nah, like 2.
Not that I've seen.
Yeah,
but she definitely owes one video, and that is the Consent 101 video, where been out with Chris and had more than 2 glasses of wine, and they've had sex, according to her. And now I want her to correct that and say, "No, I don't agree with that anymore. That's wrong." But she hasn't said that. So according to her, Chris is a rapist if he's had sex with her when she's had more than 2 glasses of wine, which we all know has probably happened.
No, of course it's happened. You know, definitely. I think, I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here, but I do think she has good intentions on a lot of things she's done since. You know, she has called out a lot of people, and she's given up a lot of friends, and a lot of friends have turned against her and stuff like that. And then she knew that was going to happen. But I agree with you. Like, why not just go full force with it? Why not just say, you know, a lot of mold stuff was really stupid? You know, so again, the thing is, I think she is doing herself a disservice by not doing that, because effectively all she's doing is she's telling all her old fan base to get to fuck, and then a new fan base are going to see these videos and say, you know,
she's being strategic about it.
She's kind of trying to keep everyone, and she's kind of trying to say, be rational. You know, I still get this stuff there, and I still believe that, but I don't really believe it. But you'll never know. I don't believe it. I'm only telling them I don't believe it. Yeah.
She did it with me yesterday.
The
whole Louis C.K. thing. Louis C.K.
Yeah, she tried to make out there was evidence.
She said Louis C.K. was a predatory creep, right? And I said, "Well, do you have evidence of this?" And of course, she didn't respond. Apology came out, and it turns out that everything he says happens was consensual. Doesn't make him a predatory creep, in my opinion. It's all consensual. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. I don't want to do that in front of women. But that's his thing, and it was consensual. Therefore, it's not a predatory creep. But she called him that based on no evidence at all, you know, and that's what makes me realise that she's not changed at all. He's accused. He's guilty. And that's...
see, like... I'll disagree to some extent, because I think she's seen like a lot of people in her circles will see a lot of things about rape culture and how men do a lot of different things, and I think she's changed her stance on a lot of those kind of things. But yeah, if someone puts up an accusation forward, she seems to still believe it. But again, a lot of things she said, she's taking a lot of backlash for it. I think it's a bit unfair to say nothing's changed about her, because
it's, you know, there's like also
it's hard.
This whole hysteria at the moment, like fucking every second news article is, this dude in Hollywood sexually assaulted, raped, and like it's like it's fucking blood in the water at the moment. It's like riling feminists up to the fact where any news story comes up, it's like, what a fucking asshole, he must be guilty.
I was talking to Goodfella about this before you came on, and it's kind of like as soon as that confirmation bias comes through, they'll believe it. And then when something like George Takei happens to, they'll probably end up saying, it probably didn't happen with him, it's unlikely. But you have to you can't be a hypocrite. You have to just say, I'll say everyone, whether it's someone I like or dislike, I'll just say, you know, whatever said about them, I'll just say, I'll wait until I hear more about it or until it goes to court or whatever. Whereas a lot of these people on the other side will just say, because I don't like them, I'll condemn them, and I fucking hate it. Fucking
I can't stand George Takei. I hate that guy. But he's innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah. And the problem is, well, a lot of these sides, they'll say they're guilty if they don't like them, and they'll say they're innocent if they do like them, and that's what really fucking bothers me. And it pisses me off so fucking much because they know they're doing it, but then they say they're not doing it, and it really pisses. I've got into major arguments with people on this stuff. It's like actually, funny enough, remember Annette, I sent you a tweet about someone doing a Shortgate to me where I was wearing a hoodie saying tits out, but was actually supporting a female friend, you know. It was it was because they were saying, like, someone said something about we need to realise white men are the problem when it comes to killings, and I was saying no, it's just like it's just psychopaths, fucking stupid people, and it's kind of like, oh yeah, so you're just saying that because you're a man and all that stuff. Then they said you're a misogynist, obviously. You're wearing a tits out. You're wearing a tits out hoodie, and I'm like, I'm wearing a hoodie supporting a female friend. Similar to that Shortgate thing. It's like a female friend made that short. It's like fuck off. You know? It's like what the fuck am I supposed to do? Yeah,
it fucking pisses me off. Like this, how much of a cunt can you be to say something like, oh, you know, men's suicide rates all stem from toxic masculinity. It's men's fault that they're killing themselves. Like, fucking hell.
Mass shootings are a male problem. Okay, how about terrorism? Is that a Muslim problem? No. Hey, whoa, easy.
Yeah, I mean, so many people I've seen, and apparently it was a quote by Kurt Cobain, but about we should be trying to teach men not to rape, and so I was like, teach Muslims. That was your best tweet ever, and I hope it's still going around. Everyone knows that tweet. I've saved that tweet. Definitely, I've got it saved. That was like Sean heading everyone were for that. That's fucking amazing, man. You should throw that out again randomly. Just one day fire it out again. It's brilliant. It's the most beautiful thing ever. It's perfect. But yeah, I love that. I love that shit, man. But yeah, it's I was gonna say, oh fuck, I'm drunk. Okay, you guys talk.
No, yeah, I was gonna say I'll probably have to step out in a little bit. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. So it's been a while, but we'll probably wrap this up anyway. So, but yeah, again, thanks a lot for coming along. It's been great fun and stuff. If you guys are cool with it, we'll start something for. I'm slurring. I'm totally drunk. Yeah, we'll start something for next month if you're good with that. I will try to get Blair White, but it's not gonna happen. But yeah,
it won't happen. She'll see me, and she'll go, "I'm out."
Listen, okay, and as you and I, good fella can get fucked next time we're getting Blair. But yeah. No, it's cool. Listen, guys, I really appreciate this. It's really good to get to see this for like me, because I'm obviously a no one, but I'm a nice guy. But yeah, cool.
But you're only a no one because you don't upload a lot of videos. You should make more videos.
Yeah, it's, as I said, it's because like I don't really watch it. But I mean, did you guys watch the video I did, that gaming video with that guy, Happy Console Gamer? You might have done Good Fella, yeah.
I'm not sure which one was that.
So there was a video I shared. You comment on it and you follow the guy. There's a guy called Happy Console Gamer, Johnny Millennium.
That's
Twitter.
right. He's good.
Yeah. So was that video good? Did I come off all right on it? Because fine, I barely watched it. I was like flicking through it. So as long as I came off quite well, I might do some videos, because I struggle watching myself. See, like when I make stupid little videos, but I just upload them. I don't watch them or edit them.
Just do like an avatar as well, if it really bothers you.
Oh yeah, I could do that. Actually, that's probably a good idea. Like, because I actually. Okay, go. Sorry.
All I could advise is just find a topic, go through it, know what you're going to say, and then record, and then just
write that shit out first.
I hardly edit any of my videos unless I cough or something like that, and I'll edit that. But other than that, talk like Billy Connolly. You know, he's like an inspiration for me. You know, Billy Connolly's an inspiration. You know, he just talks. He just talks, and you know, that's what I do. You know, and
do you know something that's funny? Actually, I mean, I'm quite good at editing. Even like 10 years ago, it's funny, right? It's a funny story. I might have told you guys. I'm not sure, but like 10 years ago, I played an all-in game, Final Fantasy 11, right? And there's a guy on it made music video with chopped up anime stuff and made a music video over it. It got like 500 views on YouTube, as you do, you know, standard kind of thing. And I was like, mate, that sucks. And he's like, let's see you do better. So I made one, and it got 500,000. I got 500,000 views. So I'm like, all right, okay. Yeah, so it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, like, so see my channel, right? It's like 170 subscribers, fucking 40 videos and like 600,000 views. Like, you know, where the fuck did that come from? So like,
play to your strength as well. So if you're a naturally good talker, like Goodfella can just fucking do it, then that's like his strength. Like one of my strengths is animation. Like I studied animation and stuff, and characters and stuff. So when I'm editing, like I know when to put certain expressions and what'll look funny and stuff. So
I think the thing with me is, I mean, I don't really know if it's a strength or not, but I kind of go over dramatic really quickly, and I'll start talking quickly and get it. And I think I can maybe get an audience with that, maybe a small audience, but yeah. So yeah, and I'll need to try and do it. I keep saying that. I keep saying I'll do videos and stuff. And again, the thing is, I think it's probably because I don't have the fear. I don't have any real reason to try and do it, apart from the fact that I'd quite like to do it. I think I need to get into my head I should really do this to make my life better, and I'll force myself to do it, you know. But yeah.
No, you should start with, when you're starting, you should do it because it's enjoyable.
That's well, again, even at that, I'm never even looking for money from it because it's not going to be my thing. Again, even there's not really money for new YouTubers now anyway. The thing is, I've got a good job, that's fine. But the thing is about the fact that, see, talking to you guys, it really makes things. You're the only people who can talk to me this kind of stuff. See, if I was part of this whole community and that kind of thing, that would drive me, you know, that would drive me forward so much because it's a great thing for me. This is awesome for me, you know. So I think that's what I should strive for. Strive to be kind of more, being able to be more interact with the community, because that's what I love, you know.
Well,
so I can do that, you know.
If you were to make videos, I would definitely share them. But just to point out, just what Dave Davison is saying, do you write scripts? He's asking me, right? And I said, I rarely write scripts, except for my sketch videos. You know, my small comedy videos.
Yeah, Mary Hinch.
At one point, they are scripted, you know. But apart from that, every other video I make, the vast majority of videos I make are not scripted. Again, you know anyway, Billy Connolly, he's an inspiration. He doesn't go on the stage with a script, with a few talking points, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's what I do in my videos. I've got a few talking points, and that's it. I just talk and hope that what I'm saying is funny and people like it, you know, and also get to the point. The only problem is with my style is sometimes I tend to go on a bit, and sometimes my videos are 45 minutes long because I've just talked, you know. It's more natural that way, and I think people like natural.
Oh, absolutely, The thing is, you certainly appeal to your fan base, and like your videos are awesome.
Especially
like
your face. I think that's when
especially
you're a face as well. When you're a face as well, like when you're a person, it's nice to get this natural feeling from like this honest kind of feel. Whereas my kind of style is a bit different. Like I script everything, but you know, it's kind of like a character. While it is me and my thoughts and stuff, I over exaggerate it to be more a character as well. So
yeah,
when you watch my videos, you won't see many cut jumps, cuts or whatever they're called. You won't see any of that because I just talk, you know, and I just let it out, you know. And I know what I'm going to say beforehand. Sometimes somebody will send me an article and I won't even have to read the article to know that I'm going to cover this video. And I'll just go through the article. Yeah, I'll just do it naturally, you know, and people seem
that's
to
great
like that.
You can do that as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
A lot of people complain, though. A lot of people will say, oh, you should have scripted this, made it shorter. It's too long.
Well,
you can't
please everyone.
Another thing I'd like to say, which is very important, is that making a video can be very therapeutic.
Oh yeah.
You know, very therapeutic, very good.
That's my worst problem is the fact that I don't really have an outlet. My outlet is you guys, you know, or like Twitter to like the two people who might know it's my post. So yeah, it's probably something I should try and get into, because even if I can just get 500 subscribers, say it's something, you know, at least it's, you know, it is something a bit substantial. But yeah, no, but it's funny.
It can only go up.
Yeah, I know. The thing
it's
is,
not going to go down. It's not going to go lower than 500. It's going to go up.
Yeah, but you've got to put the content out there. Not to mention, like YouTube will fuck you over if you don't post.
Yeah. Well, again, the thing is, it's for me, it's not going to be about money anyway. It's even if I got a huge amount of subscribers, of course, I'd say, oh yeah, YouTube or that. But thing is, the way I'm going for it, I would do it for therapeutic reasons, and there's no reason why I shouldn't, because it's something I would enjoy doing. Like, I enjoy talking. I love talking to you guys. I want to get more in the community. There's no reason for me not to do it. You know, it's kind of like it's just me just being lazy, and it's fucking ridiculous. You know, it's stupid. But it's funny.
I think one of the nicest parts about it is meeting other people who think the same way as you. It's like, oh
absolutely.
shit, there are other people like out there.
And they make you realize that you're not alone.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Rant. And a lot of people agree. You think, well, my God, I'm not alone here. I thought I was alone in this world.
It's not about it. It's like any friends and stuff I have don't subscribe to this whatsoever, and then any girls I meet or whatever like that, it's like you can't mention any of this stuff, and then it bothers you when they start mentioning feminism type stuff, because you can't fucking say anything. It's just like I don't have any sort of outlet, and it bothers. It's like, what worries me is the fact that I don't even know if it's that prevalent, but I get so worried that every woman I meet might be a feminist, social justice warrior type, you know, accuse you of rape or something. And it's fucking me just being stupid sometimes. But
I would say that the next time you come across an article, you know, just make a video. Just switch the camera on and make a video. Just introduce yourself, make a video, and end the video, and then upload it and see what people think. I'll share it.
Favorite,
well, thanks, I appreciate that. Again, it's not really about a massive following. It's more, I love the fact that you guys are close to me, and I love that so much. You guys are fucking amazing, to be honest, right? I quite like the idea of just, you know, kind of people in the community, kind of some people can basically talk to about this kind of stuff without having to worry, you know. And you know, you guys pretty much do it for me, but if it were, I don't want to kind of just have an agony aunt nagging uncle, you guys, you know. It'd be good to be part of like the circle of it all, you know.
You know, one of my favorite quotes is and I don't know where the hell I got it from, but it's if you don't want to be criticized, say nothing, do nothing, say nothing, be nothing.
Yeah,
and that's it. Because there's always going to be someone who's criticizing you.
Oh, of course,
As long as you know, as long as you fucking know you're not a sexist, you're not a bigot, then what does it matter if some bitch comes up to you and says it to you?
One of the pieces of advice, because a few people have asked me in the past, you know, do you have any advice on starting a YouTube channel? Advice I always give them is anything that you couldn't say to the world's media if they turned up at your door. If the world's media turned up at my door and stuck their microphones in my face I can defend everything I've ever said online.
Oh yeah. I remember you said that to me one time. Yeah. No, yeah,
don't say anything that you can't defend.
Yeah. And that's what bothers me so much for this, because I'm so fucking rational. I mean, even other people will tell me I'm rational and stuff like that, but you know, a lot of this kind of stuff that comes out, it's like, it's so fucking stupid. But people seem to think it's really rational. And I'm like, no, I need to fucking tell you. It's like you could feel like you've been arguing for the last couple of days about how irrational everyone is. Everyone is. Because I was just fucking saying Louis C.K. is a fucking sexual harasser or whatever like that. No, there's nothing at all. Even what he's admitted to, there's nothing at all. And that's what fucking bothers me. It's all, and I don't like to say this, but it does feel like everyone else is just kind of following the kind of sheep lead, and I hate this whole sheep mentality, because everyone thinks they're the one unique person, but honestly, you look at it and all it takes to not be a sheep is to sort of step back, count to five, and just count to five and just say, is this truly rational? And most people
it's the blood in the water, man. It's the blood in the water.
Honestly,
and the fucking media perpetuates this.
Yeah. Every time I read or watch anything, even you guys' videos, I'll still wait sort of 5 seconds to think and galvanize everything, you know, I've saw in that. I mean, I'm sure, right? I'm sure there's videos to you guys. In fact, good Phil, I'm saying I'm certain there's videos of yours I've disagreed with, because you're quite hands-on and quite lethal, right? I'm certain I've disagreed with you, and I'm sure you'd be quite happy to debate the topics, and we'd still be friends, it'd be fine.
But not me, though, right? Not me.
Oh no, you're not. You're perfect to him. Well, I love you. You're an Asian woman. You're an Asian woman. You can't do anything wrong. But yeah,
I can't be wrong, right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. No, that's the whole point. You know, you can find fault in anyone, and it's the saying. It's fucking hell, I'm drunk. It's the putting the point forward that they are wrong. That's what a lot of people don't do. That's the sheep mentality. They'll just not do it. You know, a lot of people do it just because, you know, the media are saying it. Some people say it because their friends are saying it. I will try to say it unless they're Asian women. I will tell them if they're an Asian woman and they're fat or whatever. I do need to say directly, Annette, you're my friend. I don't have any sexual attraction to you. I'm not that sort of way. So.
Geez, thanks.
Okay, yeah.
I am sexually attracted to her. Bearing is probably watching this, but
I'm sexually attracted to Annette, but I've never thought of her as a sexual partner. Okay. Let me say this. Am I really drunk to say? I've never ever thought of her as a sexual partner. There you go.
Okay, that's cool.
Fucking hell. Yeah. Okay.
That's cool.
That's weird.
Not Asian enough for you, man.
I've only seen her eyes, by the way.
You're too beery.
I've not seen anything else. All I've seen is her eyes.
Yeah. Wait till you see my belly button.
You do a really hot katana, by the way.
Thank you. I like
Good fella, you need to Melina. Good fella. You may look hot as Melina from Mortal Kombat. You might not know who that is.
She's got nasty
combat.
Like,
I've not played Mortal Kombat.
Melina eats everyone. Yeah, actually, I've got a bone to pick with you, good fella. You said you had you had an NES, an SNES, an N64, and a GameCube and a Wii, right? Did you have them all?
Yes, the emulators. Yes.
Okay, all right. But you did have an NES and SNES growing up, right?
I had a SNES, and then I moved on to the PlayStation, and then from there it was pretty much every console.
You had a SNES. Why the fuck did you never play Zelda? You fucking cunt.
I know Zelda.
You're the dick.
It's one of those games.
Zelda on the SNES is one of the best games ever made. You should feel fucking ashamed.
It just bypassed me, and then by the time I asked,
all that crap. I know. Honestly, right? Yeah. If there were one game, well, apart from Xenogears and the PlayStation, right? Play Zelda on the SNES. Please do it, honestly. Actually, on the SNES. Sorry, on the SNES. On the SNES.
So what is the first Zelda game I should play?
Zelda on the SNES, Zelda A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo is the best one in my opinion. A Link to the Past is fucking amazing. It's on the Super Nintendo, and it'll probably take you about 10 hours. It is honestly, you'll love it. You'll love it. Play it for an hour, and you will not stop it. And in fact, honestly,
I'll give it a try. I will give it a try. I'll definitely give it a try. I think I've already got it actually on an emulator, but I'll give it a try.
And it's so easy to get. Honestly, it's phenomenal. You will not believe how good it is. It really is phenomenal. Trust me. I'm a gamer. I'm that type. I'm a geek who doesn't get laid. Right? Seriously. Right. Honestly. Right. Okay. Sorry. Right. Okay. So I won't get this going too much longer. And then, what is your favorite game of all time? I know you're a bit of a gamer.
Game of all time.
No. Okay. I'll ask you, Stella.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna think about this. Hang on.
Okay.
It would be either Money or Final Fantasy 10 or 8.
Oh,
that's a controversial opinion, but yeah. Final Fantasy 12. Final Fantasy 12 is also in there, by the way. But I can't decide because it's so difficult. It's so difficult to decide.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you,
Hitman Blood Money is a way up there.
Yeah, that's an awesome game. I loved it. What I'm going to say is Zelda: A Link to the Past is my second favorite game of all time. And see if you enjoy it and you play through it, you need to play it. And I will play your favorite. If you tell me a game to play, and I'll play it. But if you play through Zelda: A Link to the Past and you like it, and only if you do. If you don't like it, fair enough. If you do, play Xenogears on the PlayStation or PlayStation emulator. It takes about 50 hours to play. Xenogears is the best game ever made. I promise you that.
Is it an RPG?
It's an RPG, yeah. Very good RPG. Better than Final Fantasy 8. Much better.
Is it turn-based?
Yeah, it's Squaresoft. It's a Squaresoft RPG.
Oh, it's a Squaresoft. All right, okay. So
very good. But please,
what about,
what are you going to say?
Do you rate Blood Money?
How do I rate Blood Money? It's been a long time since I played it, to be honest. It was the best Hitman game I played at the time, but I think there might have only been about 3 at the time.
Oh dear, you need to play it again.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't 3. It was the 3rd Hitman game, right? I need to play it again. It was really good. It was much better than that Absolution. It was really good.
Absolution was rubbish. That's rubbish.
I found it really hard, but it was really rewarding. Put it that way. But I don't remember it that well. But it was really good. I
do like the many different ways to complete a level.
Yeah. Most of them was just tripwire. I love the tripwire shit because it made you feel like a killer. But yeah, I remember the first level was fucking amazing. It was basically chasing a guy with tripwire, and it was really you're fucking nervous as hell. It got like easier, but I loved it. I loved that game. I loved the first stage of that game. Yeah. Oh, you're muted.
Muted.
You've muted.
You've played Final Fantasy 8, yes?
Yeah, but it was one of my least favorites. I played all of them. I played all of them, man. My favorite
was that with the blonde dude? Who's the main guy? What was his name?
He's not the protagonist though. The
blonde dude was Cloud. You're talking about Final Fantasy 7 Cloud. Cloud was the blonde dude.
No, he wasn't called Cloud, was he? No.
There's Squall and Zidane.
Squall and Renoa.
Titus. Oh, yeah. Squall and Renoa was 8. Yeah, Squall and Renoa was 8.
That was 8, yeah. Yeah, I like
Squall and Renoa. Squall is 8.
Yeah.
Squall is 8.
8 and
then the next one was like
are 2 of the best. Well, I would say 12 is one, by the way.
Yeah, 6, 7, and 12 are my favorites. 6, 7, and 12.
12 is just amazing. 12 is brilliant, man. Amazing.
Do you know what I didn't like about 8? 8 broke the leveling system because it was only based on the junction. See in 8, if you level to level 40, all the enemies would also level to level 40. So see when you're level 100. And then the other thing was most Final Fantasy games level to 99. This one level to 100. There was a glaring error in that because enemies cast level 4 and level 5 death. And how they work is, if your level is a multiple of 4 or 5, you die. When you're level 100, you will always die when somebody casts level 4 and level 5 death. So if you've got a party of level 100, you will always die. Something casts any of them. That pissed me off. That really pissed me off. But yeah, it was a
great game, though.
It was a
Great
really
game,
good
though.
game, but I think the combat system, the junction thing wasn't. I don't think it was a good idea. But it was well made, good story,
It
good
was hard.
characters.
It was hard.
I think it was a bit of a broken
It's hard
system.
to get
Plus,
used to.
also the Guardian Forces, you could basically kill any boss you wanted up until the end of the game. You know, you didn't need to.
Let me ask you this then.
Cactus.
Let me ask you this then, right?
The cat tour, yeah, Tim with needles,
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let me ask this then, right? Forget the gameplay. What is the best music from a game?
Ever Xenogears.
Oh, Xenogears has got the best music as well. You think?
Yeah, I'll send you a couple of songs. Please listen to them tonight.
Play that one.
Xenogears. Well, the thing about Xenogears is it was never released in PAL territory, so it wasn't released in Australia or UK. And I was lucky. Yeah, you can email it. Yeah, you can email it. Fine. But I was like, at that point, it was like when Resident Evil 2 came out when I was like 14, I had to buy it on import. And we did this whole thing where you put a pen in your PlayStation to hold the cover open and swap the discs to make it work. So yeah, once I did that, I started buying import games. The first I bought Parasite Eve, which was another Squaresoft game that was a brilliant RPG. It didn't come out here. Then Xenogears, and there was Brave Fencer Musashi a lot. But Xenogears is honestly fucking brilliant. It never came out in PAL territories, and it's terrible it didn't. It's honestly beautiful. The music's so amazing.
Does it beat 10 in music? Final Fantasy 10. Does it beat Final Fantasy 10?
Oh, it honestly does. No, it beats. I mean, honestly, it's so beautiful, and it might be my nostalgia goggles. It might be, so I'll let you listen to it and think for yourself. But honestly, it's like a nice kind of orchestral, and again, it works for the game. The game's a religious title in which you're essentially trying to. Have you ever seen the movie Dogma?
Yeah.
No, I've not seen it.
You've not seen it, right?
Oh, you gotta watch that.
Yeah. It's essentially a game about finding a loophole to kill God and how you can become the emperor of the whole universe. And it's a very religious style game in that way, and the music works really well with it. And it's one of those cool games in that you start off and you're a random guy in a village just doing your stuff. You're actually getting married the next day. You go up to your mate's bit to get camera equipment, and all of a sudden, like, these kind of gears sent by this army destroy the villages, and it kind of looks like, wow, this is shit. Every character I've got to know in the last 2 hours is all dead. You know, it's fucking ridiculous shit. And then you find out that, God sent all these surface dwellers called lambs. It's called Cain and Abel. It's all this kind of religious shit. They are all set in this earth when there's this skyland called Solaris, and that's where the gods live. And it just works really well. The music kind of ties in really well with this whole religious aspect, and it's a kind of biblical story that actually see, you know how when they release PlayStation games, they release them, then they re-release them for cheap called Platinum or Greatest Hits or whatever.
Right,
when they re-released it, it was censored to take out a lot of religious aspects of it, because apparently a lot of churches and stuff went mental. That's how you know it's good. It's like sexual content these days. So honestly, right, I'll send you a couple of songs. I'll send both of you guys. I mean, you can listen if you want to. But honestly, if you like Zelda, good fella. But Annette, have you played Zelda on the SNES?
I played Zelda on my Game Boy. Like one of the first ones, the black and white.
Oh yeah. That was similar to this.
It was like a little cartridge, and then I also played it. I can't remember which one it was, but it was on Wii.
Skyward Sword or Twilight Princess.
Yeah, I think it was Skyward Sword. Yeah.
Skyward Sword. Yeah, that was a weird one. That was one of the ones where it's motion control for everything.
Yeah, motion control. Yeah, it was different. So. I had an Atari as well growing up when I was young.
Atari 2600. Yeah.
And I had the joystick and everything, and Double Dragon.
Awesome. Double Dragon's amazing. Do you know something awesome, right? See, Double Dragon, the old NES ones, the old Nintendo ones, you can actually play them multiplayer and emulator, like online. Yeah. We will just stream of that one team online retro games. Fucking that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I was so pissed. When we were moving or something, I don't even remember it happening, but my dad got into my room and he threw out my Atari and all my
No.
they were all on floppy disks, man. Like
Oh,
you used to
man.
just chuck the floppy disks into it and
Oh yeah, that was the Atari
a
ST.
huge set of games. He threw them all away.
Do you know, right? I don't want to sound stereotypical, but in my life, it's always women who are desperate to throw out stuff. Guys don't do it.
No, it's my dad's the other way around.
Oh, okay, you've
Hates clutter.
broken my conditioning now, right? Nice one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. Like every machine I've ever owned. Actually, I was going to do a video on a Commodore. Do you remember the Commodore 64? There was a game called
Old.
No.
Yeah, it was an old. It was probably before. No, you're close to my age on it. Yeah, it was like an old cassette tape like thing where and there was a game called Dizzy that had an egg in it, and it was like platformer where you played an egg. Yeah, I was going to do a review
on
on
the
it.
Spectrum. That was on the
Yeah, it was on the Spectrum
as well.
Do you remember Dizzy? Yeah, Treasure Island, Dizzy, and stuff like that. Yeah, fucking amazing. Love that shit. Anyway, I'm rambling.
Talking about soundtracks. Soundtrack of any game is technically Final Fantasy 15.
Because all
the previous Final Fantasies, technically that wins because it's got all the Final Fantasy soundtracks in one game. So it kind of wins.
No, wait. Grand Theft Auto Vice City has got all of the 80s in the soundtrack. So
Vice City is
fucking amazing. Oh,
do you remember 80's theme?
80's theme.
The what?
Yeah, the witch. And I think she was I think that was number 7 or 8.
Yeah,
and 80 it was like the witch. And every time,
yeah.
Every time she fucking appeared, there was like evil. No,
don't say
it. Scared the shit out of me.
That's when One Winged Angel. Yeah. Oh no, that was Liberax Vitale. That was the intro song. It was like heroes.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. But it was similar to that.
Something like that. Yeah. Fucking amazing. Love that shit.
Amazing soundtrack. 8 is one of the best.
I loved Eyes on Me as well. They had the piano version. Actually, I sent you a video. I'll send you it to Nick. It's beautiful. There was this guy phoned into some show with some guy playing the piano, and the guy said, "Request a song." And the guy was like, "You won't know this song, but it's called Julia from Final Fantasy 8." And the guy was like, "I don't know the song, but can you play me a little bit of it?" He played a little bit, and this guy did a sort of rearranged version of it that was awesome, like just totally off the cuff. And I'm like, this guy's fucking good. I was like,
yeah, that was really good. I downloaded those. I've probably still got them somewhere. Yeah, Julia.
Yeah, Julia was an awesome tune-in, but it was the fact that this guy phoned up and the guy didn't know what the song was, but he played a little bit of it, and this guy played it, but played like a really. He didn't play the song exactly as it was. He didn't know it, but what he played sounded really awesome, and I was like, "Wow, you're a fucking genius!" I'm going to send you. I'm going to find it and send you on because it's fucking beautiful.
What about the Metal Gear Solid soundtrack? That's got to be up there.
Dun 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 dun. Stop! Yeah, but yeah, Metal Gear Solid stuff's really cool. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, didn't they have like cool stuff like Sins of the Father that was like really cool, like whoa. Yeah, that was really cool. I'm not a singer. Yeah, in fact, actually, since you're a good singer, you should like learn the Metal Gear songs and sing them for us next time.
Did you hear that they're making a Metal Gear Solid movie? Is the same
I'm a bit worried. Is it going to be Silent Hill over again?
It's the same director as Jurassic World.
Yeah,
so
no.
That's what we're in for.
That just means we're getting a shit movie.
I watched the Hitman Agent 47 movie, and that was actually okay. By the way, that was a good movie.
Was it? Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
I think it's very hard to make a movie about stealth.
Yeah,
difficult to make a movie about stealth. The only one I can come close to, strangely enough, is Crocodile Dundee 2. That's the only movie stealth quite well, because the Aborigines, with their stealth tactics, works quite well. Solid movie.
Did you ever see
What
the Street Fighter movie with Kylie
Oh
Minogue in it?
God, Raw
I
Julia.
haven't seen that. No.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh my god!
it is. I mean, I was like 11 when I saw that movie, and even then, I was desperate to see it when it was so bad.
Yeah,
Kylie Minogue was the only good part of it, and some Asian chick that was in it.
Chun-Li.
Yeah, Chun-Li. Yeah. But yeah,
But I
that
loved the Mortal Kombat movie.
the second one was good. Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
Annihilation. That was good.
I
But
like
yeah,
the
it's
first
funny.
one.
Like did you like the first one? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the bit with Scorpion. That was pretty
Oh,
cool. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty
Effects for
neat.
back then as well.
Yeah, it was
Like
good.
the thing coming out of his hand.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. Oh, I was going to see someone. I was talking. I think about the movie there, and I forgot what it was. Oh, that's cool. I've forgotten. It's cool.
I mean, if they don't get hands for Metal Gear Solid movie, they've made a big mistake. Do you know what I mean? The guy who made the music for Metal Gear Solid 2,
Yeah.
if they don't get him to make the music, they've made a big mistake. But it's very difficult to make a movie about a guy sneaking about, not being seen.
Do you know what's funny
is
is like they made a Silent Hill movie. I think they made 2 Silent Hill movies, and the thing is,
they were good.
I didn't.
Sean Bean, the one with Sean Bean,
I didn't even
watch
watch them.
Oh
right,
no, it was quite good. It was quite good.
Oh, cool. I'll need to check it out. But the whole thing, I thought, right, there were like 4 main Silent Hill games like around the PlayStation 1, PS2 time. The Silent Hill 2 was the perfect one because Silent Hill was in the guy's head. So what Silent Hill 2 was the guy killed his wife. He didn't realize he killed his wife. All he knew is his wife was dead, and he received a note from her from a place called Silent Hill, and they effectively went through this whole debacle where he met a woman who looked like her, and she talked to him about his old life and all the things he did with her and sort of stuff. And at the end of it, you find out Silent Hill was his guilt for killing her, and then he ended up committing suicide at the end of it. And that was the perfect kind of Silent Hill scenario. Whereas it's not a real place, it's in your mind. And there are other people in his mind who represented things that were happening in his life. And it was the perfect horror game. Plus the soundtrack too was fucking beautiful. Did you play Silent Hill 2?
Silent Hill 2 is one of the best games ever.
I mean, it was beautiful, really amazing. And it was all in his head. It was like, it wasn't a place. And Pyramid Head was him.
That's what made it scary. It wasn't like Resident Evil. Rah!
This is him, and Pyramid Head was him chasing himself.
Silent Hill 2 was fucking scary, man. That was unbelievable.
Perfect. It was so perfect, and they never ever.
It's hard to make it into a movie. It's very difficult.
You can't
to
make
make
something
that into a
someone's
movie.
head. Yeah.
It did well. I must say the Silent Hill movie was okay. The one with Sean Bean.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
It was okay. It was worth a watch, and they did the whole, the zombie nurses. They did all that, and it did make it. It was quite good. It done quite well, but they can never compete with the game. The game was just amazing, and that really was psychological.
Yeah. And you know something mentioned today.
Scary dogs, none of that crap.
Yeah, with Silent Hill 2, that was the first game journalist mode game. It had a beginner mode that didn't have any enemies in it. I was like, I was playing it again the other day, and I went through the modes, and beginner was like kind of like play, experience the story and the lore without any combat. I'm like, yep, game journalist mode in 2001. Brilliant.
And one that I always liked. I find it a bit repetitive and monotonous now, but just for the environments and the maps, like Assassin's Creed, I've always loved, like the cities, the buildings and stuff.
Never played an Assassin's Creed. I couldn't tell you what that was about. I have no idea what it's about.
The thing with Assassin's Creed, I thought it was really cool what they did with it. It was a really good engine and stuff. I only played the first one, though. The thing at the first one was the fact that you could pretty much just go up to the bad guy and kill him. There was no real challenge trying to do it.
Yeah, it's if anything, you just want to play for the math designs.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. See, when
Breathtaking.
I first got a PS3 like in 2008, when I first saw it, I was like, "Fucking hell, this is beautiful." You know,
like the best thing I can't remember which one it might be number 3, I think, where it's in Italy.
Okay, I've not played the first one. Sorry, I've got it in a Wii U. I've got a Wii U game, but I've never. You still there? Everyone's quiet. Oh,
It's pretty cool.
yeah, cool. It's funny actually. Yeah, see the console, the Wii U that nobody played. I've actually got every single game on it. Just kind of decided to collect them.
I've seen your photos. I've seen your photo of all
it's
the
fucking
games.
Insane. Yeah,
you know, I've got a Wii U which I got from my boy because he loves Mario. You know.
Yeah.
But
it's an underrated console.
That's
have you got Bayonetta 2 on it? No.
Bayonetta.
He completed that.
Did he? Yeah, all right, nice.
He loved that game. He really liked that. But Bayonetta has come out on Steam, but I've not got it yet. It yet. I might get it for him.
I never finished that one.
It's really good. It's great fun. It's kind of like a Devil May Cry on crack, or even more crack. Yeah. It's really good.
I just remember a lot of skimpy clothing and tits.
Yeah, it's kind of like your hair is like your clothes. So like whenever you cast a spell, your hair goes up and like you're naked. So it's like
that's right.
Type stuff. Yeah, but it's a really good game though. It's really well made. It's by a company called Platinum Games who did some really good games, and they seem like they're going to be a really awesome. They seem like they're going to be a really awesome studio. Did release some Turtles game that was really bad, then released Star Fox in the Wii U, which is like, right, Star Fox in the Wii U. I don't know if you guys played Star Fox before, like the older ones.
I haven't played Star Fox.
Yeah, played Star Fox. Effectively, it's just a running gun shooter where you're a spaceship just shooting stuff. But this was like, on your TV, you saw the spaceship. On the Wii U controller, you saw the cockpit, and you were trying to shoot some stuff in the cockpit while trying to dodge stuff on the TV, and it was broken as hell. It was just insane. It was stupid, you know. And I'm surprised they didn't bring out a patch to fix it, but basically get panned because they tried to make 2 games you played at one time, and no one can get used to it.
Do you ever play Far Cry? Do you ever play that?
Yeah.
I played the first one back in the day, but that's it. Sorry, I'll let it go. Yeah.
Oh no, they're really good. They're really good. Far Cry's good. A good wee game. Because you can go stealthily as well.
Did you play Primal?
Oh, that was a 64 game, wasn't it? Nintendo 64 Primal.
No, that was too.
No, it was the newest one. Far Cry Primal. It's the newest one.
Far Cry Primal. I did play that. But do you know what annoyed me about that? Was that there was no guns. I know that's terrible because it was
spears and shit, yeah.
But there was no guns, and that bugged me that there was no guns in it. So I ended up playing. I've still got Far Cry Primal, Far Cry 4, because that had the guns, and I just prefer the guns. I know that's strange, but.
Yeah, for me it was like I played the first Far Cry. Effectively at the time it was like the kind of like, if you got on your PC, play this game, it looks awesome. And I played a little bit of the Blood Dragon game. Was it? It was like a kind of 80s Rocky 4 game where it was just montages of awesome 80s stuff. But yeah, I need to try the Far Cry series actually. In fact, talking about that, right? Okay, right. Last time before we go off this stream. So, have you guys seen the Rocky movies? The Rocky.
Four was the best.
A lot.
Four was the best. Yes. Drago.
Yeah, 4 was the best. I hate it when people say the first one was the best. Like the first one, I guess, like okay, the story's and all that. 4 was just too perfect though. It was so.
Is that the one with the Russian?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was beautiful.
The best Rocky soundtrack as well. The soundtrack was amazing.
The Morning Heart and Hearts on Fire, There's No Easy Way. Fucking beautiful, man. Love it. Fucking love it. It was all montages.
Aye.
Beautiful movie.
Aye, Rocky 4 was brilliant because Apollo Creed got killed. He died, and then it was all about revenging.
He dies. Yeah.
Avenging his death, you know. Brilliant.
They're all Navy trains. I'm just going to chop wood and run up fucking mountains of snow.
Mm-hmm. And it taught Rocky as well that it wasn't about all the expensive gym equipment. It was about
it involved the whole Cold War thing, you know. One monster, get rid of that all that shit. You know?
I loved at the end when Rocky won and all the Russians stood up and applauded as if that would happen.
Yeah. I know.
World peace.
Yeah.
Okay. Movie, man. That's the best Rocky movie in my opinion. Rocky 4.
Yeah, see what I mean? Yeah, fucking beautiful. I love it. It's hypnotic to me. I love it.
If he dies.
It's funny. It was the first one I saw, and I saw it when I was 8 years old. In fact, you might remember Goodfella. Do you remember there was a shop called like What Everyone Wants? It was some like bargain shop.
I remember that.
My parents bought the movie out there for like £2, and I just found it on a Saturday morning. I was like, I'm going to watch this, and I was like, fucking converted. I fucking love this shit, you know? Amazing. Anyway, right, sorry guys, I'm sorry to keep you so long, but yeah.
I'm fading.
Yeah, I'll let you get something in there. But Goodfella, I'll send you a couple of tracks from that, a couple of songs from that Xenogear soundtrack, and you listen to them, whether it's tomorrow or whatever. But yeah. Again, thanks very much for this, and thanks so much to anyone watching. Thanks to Goodfella for reading comments and stuff for me. But yeah. And we'll catch up.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate
that.
Oh,
no, of course. Yeah, anytime, man. Again,
please make videos, mate. Please make videos. I know. Just make one topic, one video. Just go for it.
Yeah, there's something right. Basically, you guys aren't allowed to come in the stream with me until I make a video again. That's the rule, right? So if I ask you next month to come back on, it's like if you're not in a video, we can't do it, mate, right? So that forces me to do one. At least one anyway, right? But cool. No, thanks very much again, guys. I'll catch up with you soon. Cool.
No worries.
Cheers. Thanks again, guys. Everyone in chat, thanks.
Right.
See you. Bye.
Bye, guys. In the strip now.
Cheers. Bye. 3, 2, 1. Bye.